Lufia 2. Rise of the Sinistrals. Serious fun. Master. Aaron, I would like to ask you something. Yes, sir. Who should rule? We Sinistrals or humans? There is no doubt in my mind that we should rule. But why do you ask that, sir? Judgment time with the dual blade has come. Are you saying the dual blade is resonating? Would you go? Yes, sir. Well, this is an interesting introduction. I'll have a few words to say about it. Before we actually begin the game in full, there's still a little bit more to the intro. It's actually a surprisingly lengthy one. Also, those islands in the background look a little bit like a Triforce. Tia, I heard there are monsters in the North Cave. Yeah. Are you going away again? Well, that's my job. Be careful. I'll be alright. You always say that, but I always worry. I'll get them, but you have to buy them, Tia. I will. Well, see ya. Whoa, guy, you're here. Hilda, what's up? Jessie was looking for you. Really? She was upset. Did you do something? Nope. Yeah? I forgot our date and went to get monsters. Typical. No wonder Chessie's angry. Women don't get it. It's a man thing. I get it, alright. You prefer monsters. Let me the cry, baby. Let me the cry, baby. Cry, baby. Yeah. Hey, you boys. You should be nice to girls. Oh no, it's Thalen. One. Listen carefully, Lemmy. They're wrong, but try to be strong. Why? My father said it's okay for girls to cry. Listen, a woman's tears should... I say there's no one who can beat me. Monsters are all over the North Labyrinth. Chill, good man. With my sword, I'll... Where are the monsters? In the North Labyrinth, Your Highness. Excellent. Joseph, follow me. Yes, Your Highness. Sir Deckard. I get it. So that's how it works. I understand at last how supper went away. Looks like Lexus is off inventing again. His inventions never work the way they should. Yeah, he sank a ship with his last one. What was that invention anyway? A machine to move ships without wind. Oh, that's right. Hey, your memory's pretty good. Yeah. So it was my ship that went under. Milka, wait. Cartia. Milka, where have you been these days? The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself. But, Artia, the people in the city. Milka, say nothing more. Mother. Artia is aware of everything. Here. Artia, it must be really hard on you too. Us or humans? Which of us is really transient on Earth? Dual Blade, do you have the real answer? Alrighty. Serious fun. Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. Oh boy, this is quite a lengthy introduction to a game, and I have a little story to tell, first of all. So, Lufia 2 for me, when I was a kid, was the first turn-based RPG that I have ever played. And it was kind of a little shock, you could say. Over in Europe, Switzerland where I lived, we really haven't received any turn-based RPGs, aside from maybe a few DOS ones that were not all that widely spread, or at least me as a kid, I didn't really have access to much at all. Like, the closest I can remember I've played was like Wizardry 6, and that maybe for like an hour ever before that. So the only other RPG that I knew about was Seeker of Mana, and I absolutely loved Seeker of Mana. Lufia 2 was what we call a big box game. Those came with an entire guidebook for the entire game, and also translated into German. For the Super Nintendo era, that was just something for those RPGs to come with entire guidebooks, because, well, At least me as a kid, we really didn't have any experience with RPGs like this one. And it was, well, as I said, a bit of a culture shock. I had no idea as in what to expect necessarily, but it certainly was not this. I saw characters on the screen, I saw a big enemy and I wanted to fight them. And initially I was a bit disappointed because I couldn't take control over my characters myself at all. Like, I just told them what to do and it felt so disconnected. My little character was just swinging in the air and the enemy on the other side gets hit. It's kinda weird when you think about it. But at the same time, I ended up just eventually playing this game a bit more. Eventually. Like, initially we got the game, I played maybe until, let's say, the 3rd dungeon. That sums it about up. And then I stopped because it was just not what I was looking for. But eventually, I ended up just starting to play this game a bit more. It might actually have been partially thanks to my sister, who is about 3 years older than me, but she just kind of started playing this game as well. And eventually, we just kind of got further and further into the game, honestly with the guidebook that literally is a guide to almost everything. It wasn't too difficult to progress. It was just, well, how to put it? An adventure, a journey. But it still kind of felt like it was a really intriguing progress. And the closer we got to the end, me and my sister, we played on separate save files in case you're curious. The closer we got to the end, it more and more almost turned out to be kind of like a mini race where, well, I played a little bit and she got to play a little bit, she got further than me and then I got further again. It was really awesome actually. Eventually I managed to finish the game and the ending was not quite what I expected. It was another, let's say, bit of a culture shock, although not, I guess, as big of a one as Seeker of Mana was for the ending. I'm not going to spoil it here as to what it's about. As you may have been able to tell, I'm reasonably familiar with the game. I may not know it as in-depth as I do know games such as Seeker of Mana or Final Fantasy V, but I do know a fair bit about it. However, as usual, I ask you guys that are watching and chatting, please no story spoilers, even though I don't know about things. There might be people who experience and see this game here for the first time. So thank you very much for that in advance. Also, maybe a bit of a technical information. This is a Super Nintendo RPG, JRPG to be specific, and it was actually released in Europe under the name of Lufia. Just Lufia. There was no Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. We did not know at all that Lufia 2 was a thing. Like, we had, or more specifically, Lufia 1 was a thing. We had no concept of that over there. And this game here works actually really, really well with knowing, or not knowing, that there is even another part in the game, because this is the prequel to Lufia 1. If you would like to experience a good story, I recommend you start with Lufia 2 over Lufia 1. It's overall, as I hear, a better game, just gameplay-wise, generally speaking. But also the story is just, in my opinion, that much more intriguing if you just start with Lufia 1. Lufia 2, excuse me. Lufia, for me, it was just always Lufia, because, again, we never got it as Lufia 2. Alrighty, I would say, let's get this started. Our main character we can name, everybody else we cannot name to my knowledge. And I'm just going to go with the standard name that I tend to choose for casual playthroughs, and that is going to be the Moth. And well, here we go. Your first game was Dragon Warrior. We didn't receive Dragon Warrior, we did not receive Final Fantasy. I think one of the first turn-based RPGs that was available over in Europe might have been Mystic Quest. Like, the Mystic Quest for the Super Nintendo. Whatever its name might have been. But yeah. It's a really, really fascinating game. Well, let's get this going. Yes, this is not a blind playthrough at all. I know a lot of things about this game. I've played through this game even on stream before already, but that was before I ended up highlighting it. Or highlighting casual playthroughs. Still really like this one. Let's get this going. Tia, are you home? We already learned that this guy is normally called Maxim. I call him Muff in this one. This one is Tia with the blue hair. Hi Muff, how was work today? Alright, I got 6 jellies. Let's see, that will be 120 gold pieces, right? Wait a minute, Tia. I said 6 jellies, that comes to 180 gold pieces. Look, monsters are cheap these days. The city is suffering, so I can't pay the top price. Yeah, it's true. More monsters every day. It's spooky, you know. Well, I should appreciate it though. I'm a monster hunter. I'd lose my job without them. Moth, have you thought about getting an ordinary job? What is an ordinary job anyway? Let's see, like... shop owner? Perhaps? Me? Shop owner? That'll be the day. How can he be so insensitive? Did he say something, Tia? Forget it. Here's your money. And this is how our little adventure starts. Trintong, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Hey Chaos Kitty, welcome to you. So, I actually have no idea what's in the config menu aside from some glitches. Message speed is always on fast, it looks like. That's actually kind of nice. Memory cursor, status cursor is also memory. That's kind of curious. Because a lot of RPGs make you select those options specifically, but this is the default here. Alrighty, we have our little character. It's of course tag-based, and we are in our main city here. Hi. Why doesn't Tia get upset at anyone except you, Moth? Doesn't she like you? She might like Moth too much. I could hear Tia's voice from here. You should apologize to her later, okay? Later? Like right around now? Hello? Moth, please be careful. Anyway, do you need anything? I guess I couldn't really apologize. So she does have a item at an armor shop. Potions are exactly what you expect them to be. She has boomerangs, escapes which allow you to just escape out of dungeons, warps which allow you to warp to towns. Pretty awesome. Then there are new weapons, a rapier or a small knife, which is what we have equipped right now. Then there is equipment pieces, slight upgrades here and there. We could even have a small shield instead of a chopping board for a shield. So rapier is a minor upgrade, just 2 more attack power. That's okay, we don't necessarily need it. So there's a lot of people. Let's just go outside for now.
Oh hi, it's you, bro. This is a good time to show you my secret techniques for fighting in dungeons. I'll wait for you at the dungeon south of here.
Why would he do that? I don't know. Welcome to Elsit. Looks to be our hometown. And I'm not going to remember hometown names, I'm sorry. Secret Skills Cave.
You took so long, Moth. Let's go ahead and start the lesson for secret techniques in the dungeon. First, the important thing is to learn the patterns of the monster's movements. Monsters move only when you move, so don't worry if a monster is in front of you. Oh good, I see a jelly right there. Why don't you try to get that jelly?
So yeah, monsters only move when I move. I can swing my sword in order to basically initiate an action. Slimes only move every 3 tiles, or every 3 actions I take. We could fight it.
Wait, Moth, where do you think you're going? The jelly's right in front of you.
I'm actually curious what would happen if I were to get sent right next to the jelly after this little cutscene. I think that. Also, we can throw arrows. Let's just get it. So, battle system is kind of straightforward. Here, on the top left, And the top, which by the way, if I press up on the D-pad, I can select those things. Down here I can run away, of course. Up here I can switch positions, which is not relevant until we have more party members. Defend, of course. Cast spells, we don't have any spells. Use items on the left side. At the bottom we have IP attacks. IP attacks are essentially when you get hit, your yellow bar fills up, and it's kind of like revenge points or whatever you want to call them. And they allow you to execute moves based on what type of equipment you have. It's kind of a nice bit of system, actually.
That's our morph. Jellies are nothing for him. But don't get cocky. Some monsters are fast and need 2 steps for your 1. Also, when there are many monsters in a room, don't let them surround you. Of course, the monsters move only when you move, so stop and think before you act. Good. Let's move on to the next room and the door above. In this room, we will learn how to use skills. Press the select button to display the skills you have. Select the skill we wish to use. We now only have the skill arrow, but you will receive more. Incidentally, arrows can freeze enemy movement for a while. Press the Y button to shoot them. When you hit an enemy with an arrow, it gets him temporarily paralyzed. Bumping into a paralyzed enemy doesn't lead to a battle. Skills never run out, so shoot an arrow when you don't feel like fighting. Select the skill you wish to use with the select button and press the Y button to use it. You will use your skills most in dungeons. You can fight with that jelly there, or use a skill to stop its movement and not fight it. It's up to you. Yeah, we can just stun this thing repeatedly and again and again and again. It doesn't deal any damage to it, it just stuns it, and so we just move on. So by the way, this type of tutorial was very important for me as a kid. Like, I had no idea about turn-based battle system or tile-based movements, since my only other real RPG was Secret of Mana at the time. So it was like very different from what I've played before, since my other game titles were mostly platformers or something of that kind. Just things that I would not expect this tutorial teaches you in a very simple fashion. Fights are like Crypt of the Necrodancer then? Not quite. The bridge gave way, but it can be crossed when the switch on the back is turned on. So essentially, I'm not going to read all of this for now. You can use your arrows and skills in order to turn the switch, but you also, here's something I did not know for the longest time. I always thought you had to use skills in order to activate this, and I kept using arrows until one place where you couldn't get to the side in order to activate the thing with an item. So you need to use, can you also use the A button for that too? And of course we just leave the old man over there, but he probably has his own arrows, so we just move on. So in this room, he will teach you how to move certain objects. First, step on the switch. Nah, I'm not going to step on the switch. You can move those pillars by holding the A button, and then just move. You cannot pull them, like you can in Zelda Link to the Past. So, also, he gives us the reset spell. The reset spell is very, very handy for a number of reasons, such as, let's say, if I ever accidentally put the pillar into a corner, because you cannot pull the pillars, you can just go select and go to reset and reset the entire room, which can be quite handy, since this button here, you have to push a pillar onto it in order to hold it down. Lufia 2 is actually pretty heavy on puzzles, and overall it is very, very awesome. By the way, sometimes you can slash away vines with your sword, and whenever you see those arrows here, you can actually jump down. I can even jump down here if I wanted to. Not much of a reason to, but you can if you'd like to. I'll get to that right after the tutorial. Thank you very much, and feel free to remind me if I forget about it. Alrighty, in this room here, he will teach us how to open doors and also fight monsters. And we go to first. So, in case you didn't catch that, let me show you real quick. This is an enemy that has a front, a back, and a side. If I face him directly from the back, just like this, I will always go first. If I face him like this, there's a 50-50 chance whether I go first or not.
If I face him like this, as in I'm moving down here, it's also 50-50 chance whether I go first or not, and vice versa the other way applies as well. He would go first this way around, and this way around he would be going 50% of the time first. You get the idea. So he turned around, so we just fight the little thing. I can also hold down the L button in order to automatically fight as quick as we can. This door here only opens once we defeat all the enemies. So there's that. By the way, I had no idea about the L button even existing when I was a kid. It didn't really matter, like it's a convenience thing, but it would have been nice to know anyways. So in this room here, he teaches us how to find switches. This one is kind of obvious, but there will be quite a few things that might not be obvious. Like, one of the things I really appreciate about the Lufia 2 is that the puzzles are not necessarily straightforward. Here we can pick up pots and put them onto switches. So naturally, we kind of have to find the second pot in order to keep the door open. Here we go. By the way, I can turn around on the spot. This does not use up a movement. Like, if I do this with the sword, it uses up a movement and the enemies can move. But I can turn around freely as much as I want without initiating enemy action to walk around.
Well, I guess I finished the lesson. Of course, you have only begun to learn. To get through many dungeons, you must try many different things. It's not easy to do, but I'm certain you'll make it. Well, I must be off.
Oh, I forgot about this one. I explained more than the tutorial itself. I mean, that's kind of my thing. That's what I like to do. Also, as usual, I don't have the thing open. Let me check that real quick. My game. Hey, I like that. Hey, I like that you like that. Sure, we can go with that. Nathan, welcome to you. You remember this game being really hard? I guess it can be quite difficult if you don't necessarily know what to do. For me personally, because we had an entire guidebook for literally a walkthrough of the game, which by the way had amazingly nice illustrations on top of it too. Like, it was an amazing guidebook. I think it might still be somewhere in the attic. Either way, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm glad you liked the game. And Chaos Kitty donated €5. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And it just says, thanks a lot for you to play Lufia. My pleasure. I really like this game, it's a really good one. Alrighty. By the way, on the overworld it's a bit different. There are random encounters in the overworld, but only in the overworld. It's something that you would eventually learn. Actually, there might not be any random encounters on this specific place here. Oh well, that's okay. Elsid. What do we do now? Well, we probably should go back home to Tia sometime, but she might still be a little bit mad. Although she didn't seem like it. Hello.
Sure, what do you think? Can you capture the dungeon now? Glad you took my advice, right? Oh, that's right. Tia was looking for it.
Can you capture the dungeon now? That might seem like a bit of a weird translation. Whatever. Seems like Tia's fixing something. I have to go to Sandaton to get my grandpa's favorite tea. That tea is actually pretty awesome. Seems like Tia bought some strange fish. Get ready for tonight's dinner! This city is so peaceful. Here's a magic shop.
Hello there, which spell do you want?
So, the spells we can learn are Strong, Spark and Poison. Or more specifically, we can only learn Strong and Poison. Poison is actually the exact opposite of what it suggests. It's actually an antidote. Anti-poison spell. Also, we don't have enough money. Strong is actually a heal. A basic heal, but it's actually really efficient and definitely really nice to have. And our main character, despite being currently mostly a sword fighter, he does actually have the capability of learning spells. Listen, Moth, this is a somewhat unusual way to use spells. Would you like to know about it? Sure. There's no such thing as a one enemy or all enemies spell anymore. It's any spell for any enemy. When there are 3 chalices, you can put a spell on any or all of them. Of course, if you attack all of them, the damage is less compared to attacking just one. You can concentrate your spell against one enemy or spread it out to attack weak enemies all at once. Also, it's too troublesome to choose one enemy at a time when attacking all of them. In that case, use the R button to select all the enemies at once, remember this. But What is an R button anyway? I don't know. Do you know? Oh yeah. Those little tutorials. Hello. No formal training, yet your swordsmanship is good. You must have natural talent.
Yeah. I saw a red ball fly suit in the Northern Sea last night.
I wonder why it was. I don't know. I've actually never talked with all the NPCs. Like, as a kid, I cared very little about the dialogue unless I had to talk to people, or just shops for that matter. So I don't know most of those dialogues, for the most part anyways.
I have a sense of foreboding these days. I hope it's nothing.
Rip fourth wall. Yeah. Hello.
My granddaughter, Daisy, is going to Somerton to buy some wonderful tea. I so look forward to it.
Alrighty, let's see. You have fish? How are you doing?
Hey, Moth, I was about to have dinner. Would you care to join me?
I'd love to.
I made something special, Moth. Wait a minute, okay? Ta-da! It's fish pot pie, made of Navarroa, the phantom fish.
So this is Navarroa, huh? I've heard of it before, but never seen it.
I know, I've never seen it either. What's it taste like, I wonder? Let's dig in.
Well, let's see.
How is it?
What should I say? Tia, why don't you try some?
Ah, well, here goes.
And this is pretty bad. That's what this is. You think so too? It's not your cooking, it's the fish, don't you think?
Why is this called the phantom fish then?
Because it tastes so bad that nobody eats it. Something like that.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to cook something really tasty for you.
Well, maybe it's not that bad if you cover it with lemon or something. See, it's not bad.
Well, I guess you could eat it that way.
See, it's already tasting better.
Yeah, you're right. How odd. Maybe that's why it's called the phantom fish.
Well, it at least brought us a cheerful evening.
I guess so. Well, I'm stuffed. Let me get some tea.
Fun fact, they actually talk about this fish in the German version about it's the stinkfish. Or more specifically, Maxim, or our main character here, mentions that isn't this what they also call the stinkfish? They just pour a bunch of spices over it in order to make it taste pretty well. Here you are. Thanks.
Say, Moth.
Yeah?
Why are you always in battle?
Why do you ask such a thing all of a sudden?
You're the only one fighting monsters. Not many people fight to live. Why you?
I've been fighting ever since I can remember. I've never asked myself why.
I've never met anyone quite like you before.
Well, thanks for dinner. I'll make it up to you sometime.
Don't worry about it. It's no fun to eat alone anyway. Join me again sometime, okay?
I'd love to. Eating is something I do very well, you see. Well, bye. Alrighty, that's that. Hardly translates as smelly fish, something like that. Inquiring minds are asking if you intend to include in the run of the ancient cave. Yes. I will. It's going to be a rather casual one, though.
Bad news, everyone!
What is it?
A horde of monsters appeared in the cave on the way to Sunderton. Are you sure about that?
That's horrible.
Daisy, will monsters come to this city too?
Well, I don't think they will, but...
Unfortunately, that's not the only problem we've got in our hands.
What do you mean?
The monsters have closed the door at the back of the cave. We can't get to Sunderton without a key.
That's not good.
So, does anyone have any ideas about what we should do? Well, I don't.
Well, I have an idea. We'll just handle this ourselves. And here we go, there are the random encounters. Whee! And here we are, Cave to Sunlighton. Sunlighton? Hi. A young woman went inside alone. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. But she seemed different from other women, I know. I felt like I shouldn't stop her, you know? So basically this is the cave. We can also back away those bushes. There's not much of a reason to unless you're specifically looking for secrets and such. So, there's two ways to go. Up or down. Alrighty, and here we have various enemies. This moth thing is a new enemy. So, here's a miniature puzzle. You need to put a pot onto this switch in order to remove the spikes. You cannot walk over the spikes, it's basically a wall for all intents and purposes. And you can put the pot over here. So we had to put the other pot down there in order to actually make room for us, since we can't walk across pots. And we get a life potion for it, which I believe increases maximum HP by a little bit. Not amazing, but it's useful. So let's see. Here we have moth. Wow. Let's not kill those guys, that would be rude. And here we have a bit of a different enemy here. This guy here, when I move left, he always moves up. When I move right, he always moves right. When I move up, he always moves right. When I move right, he always moves down. You get the idea. Basically, it just kind of mimics my movement to an extent. And in order for me to try and get a back attack on it, I kind of have to catch it on a wall or something like that. It's called a mushroom. Pretty standard stuff. But I would be horrified at the sight of this thing being this large, if you ask me. But hey, 50-50 chance for a first attack, but we didn't get it. This thing also has a bit more HP than we do. You can see the IP bar growing. And here we go. And here we have found an escape. Escape does exactly what it suggests. You just can get to the beginning of the cave. That's not fine, my friends. Also, how many enemies there are in an encounter I think is randomly determined based on when you enter the area. Also, sometimes you can go through walls. But once you encounter them, it's always going to be the same encounter. I don't want to fight you, sorry buddy. There's nothing here. There's a lot of hidden pathways and ways and places to go. It's kind of interesting. So I'm going to fight this guy, otherwise he's going to be quite a bit in the way. I wonder whether a rapier would have been useful, since I would be potentially able to one-shot those. I'm not sure. Also, I have barely read chat so far, I apologize. I like to just focus on the game, especially in the beginning, but not during dungeons, since I know most of those quote-unquote miniature puzzles. It's really just the introductory area reasonably well. I don't necessarily know the dungeon per se, like I might just miss a little side entrance or something like that. Also, just defeat those anyways. I might just miss a little side piece in entrance. Ooh. But that's okay. Uh-oh. Good thing we always go first. Whew. Our HP is getting really low here, so probably should use some potions. We have a bunch of potions to use. They heal about 30? I think it's mildly randomized. Okay, I have no idea where I'm going. Cave to Sunlighton, B2. We cannot cross here. Remember this place for later, because I will forget it. It's essentially just kind of like, oh, eventually we'll get the tools and abilities in order to cross there, but maybe not right now. Hey, that was a critical hit. Looks like 50% more damage. Hey, Canview, welcome. Thank you, I hope you're doing well. And hey, Atheist, welcome to you as well. Lufia 2-time. By the way, moths do not have a front end or a backside. So it doesn't matter whether they might let's say, just walk into me from the side. It does matter on enemies that do have a facing direction. Some enemies are not necessarily obvious whether they do have a facing direction or not. And I think by default, enemies are facing up, if you are ever wondering and the enemy might not be moving. K2 Sunmatan, B2. We cannot cross this bridge. We went the wrong way. Backtrack! Yeah, I don't really remember the dungeon layers, to be completely frank with you. But I will generally know how to solve the little puzzles, but let me tell you, right now the puzzles and such are really simple, honestly, like there's no question about that. But soon enough there will be ones that will actually be quite tricky and that may take a little while. So here, we can push the blocks, but as you might be able to tell, we have to fight at least something. By the way, if I miss a secret passage that I may or may just not know about, feel free to let me know about it, because there is certain ones that I just don't really have a clue that they even exist. You always go the wrong way in this dungeon. It's been a while since I played through this game last time, so again, while I generally know the dungeon to an extent, there will be a few times where I'm just going the wrong way anyways, and that's okay. More experience, more money, more stuff. Now here we are actually at the top. I'm going to heal real quick. And here we have bats. Actually, I don't know what they are exactly called. They deal a bit more damage, but they can also run away. They are called bats. Alright, pretty straightforward enemy naming. Here's a chest. Found a power potion. There's a path down there. Power potion increases your strength permanently, if I'm not mistaken. This is a switch, just a one-time switch. And we can jump down now. And here we have the first time we find a spider. Just straight up spider. There it is. So yeah, secret passages everywhere, that's kind of the name of the game. We found a hide armor, which is likely better than what we have. And a magic jar, which I believe increases my maximum MP by a little bit. So here, equipment-wise, we can equip the strongest, remove all, equip. It's kind of what the standard stuff you expect. Actually, I did not know there was a drop option. That's interesting. Hide armor is better than what we have. Worth noting that those two last slots, they do not automatically get filled. If I ever get something to equip here, I have to manually do this. But essentially we have weapon, armor, shield, helmet, ring or accessory, and jewel. I'm not mistaken. Also, you will see a few weird quirks about the game not resetting its text properly, so I'll make sure to notify you about that. You think the stream chat died? I see. Thank you for the heads up. Let's see. Alrighty, it's enough if I just clear it. I don't even have to reset it. By the way, while I do have a copy of this game, I play this on the SD2 SNES. But because my copy is in German. That would be a little bit awkward.
I won't give you the key to the door.
Alrighty, and here we have our first little mini-boss. It is a lizardman. We don't have any spells, we don't have any items to use. Actually, we have a magic jar. Alright, magic jar might do something else than what I remember it doing. That's okay. The fight is straightforward, unless we buy certain items that will make this fight a bit quicker. We just hit him until it gives up. Bam. Oh wow, we might actually die if we don't use an item. I dare to say he dies on the next hit, but I'm just going to use an item in combat here real quick. Just to make sure. Oh wow, he did not die. 11 damage. Yeah. I don't know how I did this as a kid. I did not mean to escape, I wanted to actually go ahead and go here. Oh. Oh boy. Use your IP, I don't have any IP attacks. Yes, the music is amazing. There we go. Hunting experience, Moth levels up. Hooray! We get the key to the door. I don't get it. How could the lizardmen be smart enough to steal the key? Besides, why should the lizardmen steal the key? They gain nothing by disrupting human life. I just don't get it. This has never happened before. And here's the woman the other guy mentioned. Do you wish to know why, Moth? What? Who are you? How did you know my name? I can see the future. I know your name and why you come here. Who are you? Never mind. Don't you want to know why monsters are smarter and attacking humans? Do you know why? Are you aware of the ball of red light that appeared a couple of days ago? Yes. Everything that's happened has been because of that light. What? I can't believe that a ball of light has that kind of power. I understand your doubt. It is incredible, but true. But time has begun to change. Now a mere wave, later a gigantic swell of an attack on humanity. That's ridiculous. Why are you telling me this? Because you have the power to confront that swell. Me? Yes, you. Wait a minute. It's true that fighting is my job, I know, but I don't have such great power. What is this ball of light anyway? Is it monster or human? I need to know. What can I do against this humongous enemy of all humanity? It's not just you. There are others in this world who can confront this evil power. You're destined to go on a journey to meet those people and fight against evil. A journey to fight? That's right. When that ball of light appeared, your destiny was sealed. Will that ball of light really bring misfortune? And I have the power to handle that? This is all I can tell you. Whether or not you believe me and go on your journey is totally up to you. Wait! My name is Iris. I am here to ascertain your future. If you go, we may meet again. So, this Iris lady is actually the reason as to why I really like the name Iris. It's a little fun fact. Use an escape item to escape the dungeon, by the way. Also a little fun fact. Iris is part of the eye. I believe the inner part of the eye as well. I actually had no idea there was even a remake for the longest time of this game. Fun fact, you cannot instantly turn around in town. I never knew that. Holding the R button, that is. Hi! Oh, Moth, thank goodness you're here. I had this weird feeling. About what? Well, I had this feeling that you were going away somewhere. Silly me, it's nothing, forget it. So, what was it you wanted today? We can, by the way, buy a ton of potions if we want to. Like, hold the potions. Which might not be the worst thing to do. We can also buy boomerangs. Boomerangs are really good weapons, honestly. Like, they are consumable items. But initially, they hit all enemies, deal decent damage. It's kind of the best thing you can do for a while. So I would like to buy the strong spell, which is why I kept 200 gold. And the strong spell, now I can heal with the, well, limited amount of MP I have. It's more of a reimagination, you would say. That sounds about right. Also, by the way, here in the church, we can just go and lift curse, cure any status ailments if I'm not mistaken, and save. I don't know whether cure is ever particularly useful, but we can just save here. Hey Blood, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. I don't think we have much else to do aside from actually try to follow our destiny, or well, something of that equivalent. Hey, I have the thing.
You met that woman, huh? What did you think of her? Didn't you feel she was different?
Yep, you could say that. So now we actually have the key. And can go to the next place. So we solved the problem. There's still monsters around, but I guess that's kind of normal for people to travel the road like this. Kind of curious that they would make a tunnel rather than a path above the mountains. Maybe it was just a natural cave at some point. Who knows? Here we have a blue jelly. It does not dial 19 damage, so it has a lot of HP compared to previous ones. And here we are in Sunday Town. Uh-oh. Earthquake! What does that?
Whew, that was an earthquake. That was a pretty big one.
That was a pretty big one indeed. So in the shop we can buy various things.
Hello, what do you have in mind?
So here we could buy a battle knife if we had 200 gold, maybe or a dagger if we had 400. Maybe I should not have bought the other stuff because my weapon is getting outdated rather quickly now, considering stuff. So yeah, can't really buy anything without money.
I teach battle seekers. What do you wish to know?
About IP, how to use IP. IP is essentially, again, just kind of depending on what type of equipment you have equipped, you will be able to use stuff. This music is so good. Let me just sit here for a second and listen to it if you don't mind. How do I get such a crisp picture? I use an OSSC, an open source scan converter it's called, in order to capture my Super Nintendo. An alternative way to do this is also using a FrameMeister that works pretty well as well. The OSSC picture actually used to be even better than this, like even better, but I think my capture card has a bit of trouble with this for whatever reason and distorts the picture a bit, so it's a bit unfortunate, but it's still decently in quality. And yes, actually the German translation of this game, I dare to say, is really good. Like, it's a proper localization rather than just a translation. Remaster is even more expensive. I'm not sure about that in terms of if you just want the entire setup, but it might be, I guess. Was it in Phase 9 Alex? Interesting.
Welcome to Granny's Spell Shop.
So, Spark we cannot learn. We can learn Droplet, which actually might be a good thing to do. There's also the spell Drowsy, puts enemies to sleep. Poison, again, that's an antidote essentially. Droplet is a basic water offensive spells. There is elemental advantage and disadvantage, and I only know a few of the enemies that are may or may not be weak to it. So let's see whether we find someone who might join our party here, because we are destined to meet other people on the way too.
A monster catfish going mad in the lake cave caused the earthquakes. Adults don't believe me.
You want to tell me you're a little kid? Kind of like how you talk? Who knows? To be completely frank, I don't remember too much about the German translation, but the stinkfish alone just kind of makes me believe that they did a good job. Thank you, Lethan.
This place has great tea and it gives me energy. See? Haha!
Hey, Muff. I didn't know you were in Sandlytown. Hi. What would you like? So we can buy green tea, pear cider, sour cider, lime cider, plum cider, apple cider. Apple cider is really expensive, but trust me, it can also be really, really good. For certain things that I will probably do later.
Did you know that a huge catfish makes earthquakes?
An old man told you about that, didn't he? How would they silly?
Hi.
The north's a cave enclosed by a lake. Legend says the catfish monster lives in there. So, an old man in the square started to say things like, that catfish caused the earthquake. It's such a problem, you know. The kids started to believe what he says. Silly old man. Hi. Oops, excuse me. I haven't slept much in the last couple of days. It's the earthquakes, day and night, all of a sudden. Don't sleep a wink. I'm sorry, I'm just so sleepy. Excuse me for a bit. Yeah, that makes me sleepy. Hey.
My grandpa said a monster catfish in the cave caused the earthquake. Is that true? You don't say that's wrong, but I believe my grandpa.
Well, I don't know whether it's true or not, little guy. But hey, we can go and check. Cave in the lake. So, with this switch, you just raise the water, and then we can use those weird tiles to form a bridge. Pretty simple introduction to the concept. And more enemies. I'm just going to fight stuff. Also, those are mosquitoes. I'm just going to fight stuff mostly to get more experience, and also, I think I need a bit of money. I might be in trouble here. Escaping is easy, it's always guaranteed as long as your one of your characters goes first. I probably should have healed up proper before. In fact, I'm going to go back real quick and just buy potions. Well, after fighting this thing. Because I feel like I need a few more potions to get through here. I did not remember this being this tough. Or what's instead of miss? That's actually a good point. In the German translation, when you miss, it says what's. Like W-A-T said. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Also, I feel like I need a better weapon here. Because I'm going to die at this rate. I bought the strong spell too. That's true, actually. I forgot about this already. Maybe I should not have bought the spell. I should have just went for other items instead. Who knows? Either way, the beginning of this game is actually a little bit rough. Not too bad overall, but just kind of... You need to be wary. This is not necessarily the easiest of games. Please, not Alex, please. It's okay. It's okay if you just let me re-explore. Blue Jalil. 2 attacks were enough last time to take it out, but at the same time I think it was a critical hit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We survive maybe one more hit. Just going to cast strong. Cost 3 MP. And it heals for 34. Basically a little bit better than potion, not much though. The unfortunate thing is that other jelly still got a hit in. But I didn't want to risk, well, taking more than 7 damage. Because 8 would have killed me. Alrighty, we got this. Also, we can rearrange the spells. There's not much of a reason for me to use the reset spell from the menu. In fact, I actually had no idea until literally just now that the reset spell is in the menu. I probably knew at some point. So there's a gigantic beetle there. And a falcon type enemy. What does it say? Shoot the arrows in the right order and you will find the way. In the right order? What does that even mean? Well, maybe it has something to do with those enemies. Well, it will have something to do with those enemies. This is a beetle. Has a bit more defense than other enemies, we don't deal as much damage. Gives decent golden experience. I'm actually going to just heal up to full before we encounter this thing, because this is an eagle. Or well, 2 eagles. They are actually kind of strong. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 13 damage. We will likely not have a good time with them. I'm just going to escape here. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do what a reasonable person should do. Just go back, heal up, because I don't remember the dungeon too well anymore. That's okay. Can always throw one of your 10 boomers. Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about having bought the boomers. I probably should have used those against those enemies, considering I did buy them for a reason. Alrighty. Just good enough. Since we are currently constantly faster than any enemy, we don't really need to worry about random encounters. We can always pretty much run away without too much trouble. There shouldn't be a dot after food box. Yep. Hey Quadlight, welcome. How are you doing? But it's true, I actually did buy boomers and I probably should use them in various encounters. Well, let's try this again. Maybe this time with 50% less failure. Beetle respawned. The beetle was simple enough, but it's too useless. Let's just use the boomerangs. And as you can see, that's a lot of damage. In this case, I actually kind of want to have 2 eagles, because that would allow me to get more value out of the boomerang, because the boomerang always hits all enemies, and I think it always does the same amount of damage to all enemies. It's not like a spell that gets split up in terms of damage. We level up! Hooray! Also, there's a froggy. Froggies always go, oops, along the wall. It's a baby frog. It's adorable. They're not the strongest enemies, but definitely not to be underestimated. I think you should die in the next hit. Yep. Hey, and we get a rapier as item, just like that. 2 more damage. Not amazing, but it's something. Alrighty. So which enemy did we kill first? This guy, then we went for this guy, and then this guy. Basically, depending on which enemy we kill first, well... based on which enemy we kill first, we just have to shoot them in the correct order. That's kind of what the little sign said. We get a potion, that's kind of nice. And we get the Insect Crush. There we go, that's kind of why I didn't want to buy another weapon. I knew the Insect Crush was somewhere along here. It's a way stronger weapon and does extra damage against insects. We have seen quite a few insects around here. And trust me, that thing is going to completely obliterate those poor guys. Oh, there's a healing pad. I actually forgot where that was entirely. Again, if I just don't remember certain things in a dungeon, it's fine to just let me re-explore things. 36 damage! Poor little insects. And suddenly progress is significantly easier. Of course, slimes are not insects, but we can still squish them. Or still crush them, I guess. Mosquitoes are insects, so we can squish them. What does this say? Be brave and dive in and you'll find the way. What it means to say is that if we step on the correct thing and fall into exactly this place, we open up the door. I do believe this door stays open, and I did know that. This is a save pad. The star is basically just to save. That's it. The stairs are going back up where we just came from. There's not much else in the meantime. Here, both doors open. There's a switch behind this pillar. If we push one of the pillars up, basically just 2 of the specific switches need to be activated in order for this thing to open. Then, Froggy. Aha, first strike. Froggies do not count as bugs either. Please don't eat them. And here it says, behind this wall lies the path to the ordeal that awaits you. Right. There's also something else over here. Through the wall, we find a miracle! If you ever need a miracle, there's one. A miracle is the equivalent of an elixir in Final Fantasy games. It just heals you to full and also revives you. Actually, it's better than an elixir in Final Fantasy games. Beetles. Boom. More potions. So yeah, those enemies here are kind of easy and nice to take out. By the way, one thing I really appreciate about this game is just how quick combat is. Like, if you just hold down the L button, you breeze through combat so quickly, so even if you, let's say, you feel like you need to grind a little bit because enemies are just that strong, it's a pretty quick affair overall. I really like this game, by the way. So we have some mushroom here. After all those enemies, we will finally get to the chest, whatever is in this chest. Hey Ruff, welcome. Have I played the Secret Mana Halloween randomizer yet? Or will I? I should. I haven't played it yet, no. And we get a speedy ring. This is our first ring type accessory. It increases our defense and also agility by a fair bit. Agility helps us go first in enemy encounters, but also it can help you just escape enemies in case you need to escape them, because you go first, or, well, quicker anyways. There's still enemies that will go faster than that, but that's generally how it works. How does this work? There's just a random enemy here. Let's just use a boomerang. That's a lot of damage. Does the boomerang scale with my level? Ah, there was a staircase underneath. And here we go. Create a triangle pointing upward. Wow, that is way more blunt than I remember it to be in German. I'm pretty sure in German it tells you that you need to make an arrow up, or make an arrow that faces in the direction you want to go. So it is something of that equivalent. And here we get the lake key. With the lake key we can actually go to the boss. Essentially that's kind of the general process of dungeons. You get a key in order to go to the boss, in order to move on. It's kind of a simple concept, but it's fun. Boomerangs deal extra damage to flying enemies. Oh, interesting. I did not necessarily know that. What made the Halloween option? Yes, I've heard actually, but I also kind of forgot about it again already. Thank you for the reminder. Found a power potion. More attack power. Wasn't there a hidden passage in here somewhere? Maybe I'm just misremembering. Let's see real quick. Status. Next level is 483 experience. Okay, so that's quite a bit out of the way. So I'm just going to jump onto this guy. Unfortunately, no surprise attack. You know what? I should just use a boomerang. Ow. Yeah, boomerang. Take those out. Use potions to heal it up real quick. Save, and then, well... we actually move into this place here, which is where I believe we did actually end up needing a key in order to progress. So, this switch lowers the water, and you need to make sure that you can actually pick up at least one of those tiles in order to make it through here. Froggy, 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 froggy. Rump. There's some more frogs. We never used boomerangs as a kid. Never knew how strong they were until you saw a speedrun. I see. I did actually know about boomerangs, and I did try them out when I was a kid as well. Just like, I don't think I used them excessively, it's just, oh, they are pretty strong. In fact, I think I used them against this boss here. Hey.
Good, someone finally made it this far. Although I never expected anyone so weak. No use fighting. Go home before you hurt yourself.
And he does cause the earthquakes indeed. The earthquake! Is it you who's responsible?
I was bored. I created the earthquake hoping somebody would come after me.
Your earthquake is troubling everyone, give it up.
Well, I'll think about it, only if you beat me. Of course, that would happen.
And this was indeed actually a really strong or difficult boss fight for me when I was a kid. still not too easy, honestly. Like, don't underestimate this guy. The best thing that he can do is, I believe, use boomerangs. He does pretty good damage, 47. And he can, of course, use an earthquake ability. I'm just going to heal here. I don't know how much damage he can do with the earthquake ability. Oh, it's flash. That was 37. If I didn't heal, I would have been dead right there. That's a lot of damage. $29 is not bad. Either way, I'm pretty sure this guy here is the reason why I learned about boomerangs when I was a kid. Like, I had so much trouble with him, and I learned, hey, boomerangs are actually pretty good weapons. And so I ended up just using them in order to defeat this guy. Mega quick, 22 damage. Flash is actually a lot stronger. And there we go. Beat him. This guy has a rare drop. That is a Catfish tool. Unfortunately we didn't get it, but it's a rare drop. What do you expect?
Hi, I give up. I'll never roll out another earthquake, so please forgive me. Perhaps I'll sink under the lake and sleep for a while. Yes, that's what I'll do.
Poor little guy. He was just bored. Maybe we should find him some playing companions. Oh hey, we beat the Catfish. No problem. How do we get out of here? Because there's no more bridge. And the other bridge tile they can't pick up. Reset. You can also use reset in order to make the enemies here respawn, for example, if you want to. Or you can use reset just to teleport back to an entrance, which in a speedrun might just be a little bit faster. Rump. Great to see you, Radix. Hope you're doing well. Lufia 2 in the morning. Nice. Resetting the game to get a stun drop from this boss was a bit annoying. Oh, I believe it. I keep wanting to save before going into towns, but you save in churches. Hello.
Huh? I thought you went to the lake cave.
I did.
Then you must have missed each other.
Missed who? A young woman came here looking for you. I told her you went to the lake cave.
A young woman? What was her name?
She took off as soon as I told her, so I didn't catch her name, but she was quite a beauty. Which woman might this be? Not that many to choose. Droplet spell! Maybe Spark? We can't use Spark. Drowsy? Droplet. Drowsy. Droplet. Drowsy. Maybe nothing. Let's actually just see who that woman might be. She's apparently in this cave. And I hope they had arrows or something of that equivalent to activate those switches, because looks like we have to do this every single time we come back in here. I don't feel like fighting you. Ah! Moth? Well, she was surrounded by not so nice enemies. Turns out that's a skeleton and the goblin. But you can just one-shot them with boomerangs. Moth!
Tia, what on earth are you doing here?
I felt like you were going away, and I just couldn't help myself. Silly me, you're not going anywhere, right, Moth? Oh no, you are, aren't you?
Yes.
But why?
You remember the ball of red light that flew north?
Uh-huh.
That light has an evil power that could lead to world destruction. That's what I was told.
World destruction? I can't believe that.
But it's true that monsters are increasing and have begun attacking people.
Even if that is true, why do you have to go?
The same person told me that I have the power to shatter that ball of evil light.
It's true that you're stronger than most, but still. I just want to know, Tia. Know what? Ever since I was born, I've known swordsmanship. No one taught me, I just knew. Why do you have this ability? What am I supposed to use it for? I have to know. So, you're not going to change your mind, are you, Moth? No. I won't be able to see you for a while. That's not true? What? Because I'm going with you. What? No way! I can't take you with me, Tia. Hey, did I beg you to take me? I run a weapons shop, I know how to fight. Wait, Tia! Don't walk around so fast, it's dangerous. I know that. Tia! Of course you have to save her from another goblin. It's true, she is not weak, by any means. She's definitely stronger than most people, but... Are you crazy? Thank you, Moth. I'm so sorry, but I... Alright, Tia, let's go together, but don't be so rash. Okay. Tia joins the party. You always reset till you get it, since it's the only way to get it. It is the only way indeed. So, we have 2 party members now. Tia and Moth. There's an almost space for 6 party members. Who knows? So in change we can actually change order, but we will always have the overworld sprite of Moth/Maxim. So it's not going to be much of a change. Tia joins at level 7. I don't know whether it's relative to your level. She has significantly less HP, but more MP. She also has Drowsy and Sparks as spells. And Strong. So she's actually quite a decent spellcaster. You see a whip? Yep. She does use whips. Whips are quite good. I wonder what happens if I reset in this room. Ah, okay, that just brings me back to the entrance to where I entered the room from. Alrighty. We are back in Sunlight Town. Sunlight Town? Something like that. Either way, I'm going to teach Tia Droplet. Because why not? We could learn Drowsy, but having one person know Drowsy, specifically Tia, that is sufficient. We don't need to put that many enemies to sleep. She already knows Spark, so we don't have to specifically learn that. Both know Strong, and I always like having heal abilities on everybody, so there's that. Hey, we saved you guys from the Catfish. What do you guys have to say?
You're the brave warrior who defeated a giant catfish. Thanks to you, I can get some sleep. Well, good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Thanks to you, the earthquakes have stopped.
Hi. I told 2 travelers of the coronation in the Alonza Kingdom and they just left. Why were they so interested? Alonza Kingdom? Crowning? What?
Alonza Kingdom is beyond the small shrine to the northwest. We're having a coronation soon. I bet the crown is so pretty. I wish I could see it. You defeated the master catfish, I hear. Well, you must be a strong man. With such power, you could be great in Alonza Kingdom. Their soldiers are useless.
I don't think there's ever any secrets in towns, is there? Alrighty. I don't really remember the areas too well, but... Okay, let me actually real quick explain. So we have Spark, which is a fire beast spell. I don't know whether they are weak against anything in particular. We can select each individual enemy in order to cast spells. We can also just press R in order to select all of them. So you can specifically target a few enemies or all of them, however you want. Tia, generally speaking, is a little bit faster than Moth in this case. And her spells are quite substantially good. Like, it doesn't cost much, and in the early game section here, it might just one-shot everything. Like, there's not much of a reason for Maxim to attack, as long as Tia can just one-shot all of those. Hey there, Chatter Rage, good morning to you. I really like this game. Oh, I guess there is a reason for him to attack, considering that Tia did not manage to defeat all of those. Miss? I wonder... Oops. it appears that Maxim actually has less defense than Tia right now because I never bought him anything. Let me actually check this real quick. What equipment does she come with? She comes with a fry pan. I love that weapon, by the way. A frock, small shield, and a hairband. She has 44 defense point versus him has 47. Only slightly less. So yeah, she has a small shield. If I'm not mistaken... Oh yeah, that's a fun little story. I actually had a neighbor who really liked playing games. Kind of like me. So, of course, we became best friends, pretty much. He was about, I don't know, 5-6 years younger than me. But he really liked those kinds of games here too. And eventually well, I gave him Lufia 2 to play for a while. And when I visited him sometime, he still had the fry pan equipped on Tia. He literally did not know that you could exchange equipment for the entirety of the game, and he got pretty far without ever changing up equipment at all. It was kind of funny. Hi.
I learned the kingdom's further ahead. Good luck on your journey.
And indeed, we just go to the shrine. So there's actually a little secret down here. Not much of a secret if you grew up playing this game in Europe, or at least where I grew up anyways, because, well, the guide just outlined everything. And yes, Maxim right now is 1 speed faster thanks to his equipment with 37 agility versus 36. And that's with the speedy ring that gives 10 agility. So he's only barely faster than Tia. Fumi Woods.
I am a keeper of the forest. All who pass here fight for what they believe in. Are you such a man?
Sure.
I see.
Then stand before that spring. This is the sacred ground of capsule monster Fumi. If your fight is just, Fumi will gladly join your party. Okay, Fumi! Fumi has accepted you. Take good care of him, as he will be of great help to you. Capsule monster Fumi joins the party. I like this guy. Please give Fumi a name. What should we name Fumi? I always liked the name Fumi. But maybe you guys have a different opinion. Drinking something real quick, maybe we have some suggestions. When you played Final Fantasy IV as a kid, you got to Troya without knowing the submenu existed at all, so it's not that unusual to not know about equipment, right? I mean, especially if you don't necessarily have an entire guidebook. It's definitely a thing. Also, by the way, I like the little backgrounds. All of those are little Fumis. They look adorable. Fumi is a fine name for him. Alrighty, Fumi or Fumi. And how do capsule monsters work? As you can see, it doesn't appear in a party, but I have a separate menu for it. Capsule monster. We can change capsule monster if we have multiple ones. We can rename it anytime if we want to. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. We can also feed it things. Feed? What does that even mean? Well, we can literally feed it stuff like a small knife. Yuck! He doesn't like small knives. Maybe he likes a rapier better? Nope, he doesn't like rapiers. So essentially this little guy, he knows one special ability, Fumi Punch. He's class 1, level 8. He's adorable. He's basically a lot of foam. We Pokemon now. Something like that. So we cannot control Fumi in battle. He will just kind of assist us whenever it gets a turn. It's not that fast, and it can just do random things, such as also run away. That's a possibility too, but I'm running away before it can run away. Because I don't want to fight that many enemies, that's just silly. Yeah, sometimes it's useful, sometimes not so much. Also, it can absorb some hits naturally. It always has a certain amount of HP. And we get a chopping board as a shield. I don't think we can equip that. Tia can equip that. And I can equip the small shield instead. Haha. I don't know whether the small shield does anything aside from that. Either way. We are in Alonze Kingdom. Hi. The coronation ceremony is coming soon, and we can see the crown right now. Perhaps I should go too. Maybe. Also, one thing I always liked is in town, your characters just straight up follow you like this. I kind of wished it was more like this in other places too, to just give you more of a sense of a party, but it would also be a bit distracting with all the puzzles too. You love this game? Nice. It's really nice. So, shop. What else can we get here? Hello! Hi. Alonze Castle basement is so huge, like a labyrinth. Some even say it has monsters. Hi. What is the coronation ceremony? The coronation ceremony it celebrates the day a new king wears the crown for the first time. Then why not call it the day the king wears the crown for the first time? Oh, you adults. I was here when our king was born. You see, I'm happy to see the prince all grown up. Nice. What can I do for you today? We safe. Who doesn't love this game? Someone who does not know all about it, maybe. Hi. The prince's crown is so pretty decked out with a ton of jewels. Jewels? Sounds dangerous. My son Abel is always playing and never does his chores. It's in the castle or the small shrine. Hi. I wonder if Abel has already gone to the castle. I don't know, maybe we'll find him there. Alonze Castle. Hi.
We have to guard with our lives until the coronation ceremony ends. Welcome to Alonze Castle. The coronation crown is on public display in the throne room.
And you just let me in like this with all the weapons and stuff? That's kind of silly. Hi. The crown our prince will wear at the ceremony is incredible. They say it's priceless. We expect guests shortly. Our kingdom shall be filled with visitors from countries near and far. Hi. It is my brother's coronation ceremony today. I hope it will end without incident. Hello. I too will do my very best to see that the ceremony ends without trouble. Neat. Hello. Behind this door is the throne room. Now's the rare chance to see the crown. You should go look.
Your Majesty!
The crown. What is it? I just learned that this crown is an imitation.
This can't be true. The way it shines, it must be real. The guards on the crown were the best. It's impossible for anyone to switch crowns.
What's going on?
I have called an expert. I'll have him examine the crown right away. Very well. Do it immediately.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Hold on there. I've never seen you before. What's your outfit, soldier? What is it? Got your tongue?
Dribbles troubles. I see you notice, eh?
What the?
Well. This I, Bertie, world-renowned thief. And I, as well, this Bart, Bertie's first apprentice. Greetings.
What? Who are you guys?
Haha! The booth. I assume all of you can see this booming bomb as well now, hey? We are... what are you waiting for, Bart? Let's party, hey? Right, oh, Bertie.
Wah! Oh no! Put it out!
But... Watch out, folks, the big bun's coming. Here comes 3, 2, 1, boom! Huh? What's going on, Bart? It should. I haven't got a clue, Birdie. What are you playing at, Bart?
I love this cutscene.
Huh. I'm a great and generous kind of thief. I'll let you go this time. Well done. You hurt Bertie and me something tell. But no more. Done. Poof.
I just still take it.
What are you doing? Do something. What if this spreads outside the kingdom?
Yes, Your Majesty. Well, that's a thing. These are called Bertie and Boris. Interesting. His theme, you need to see ringtone right now. It's really good. Everyone's so flabbergasted they didn't move. Yes, I love how they display this in this game.
How's that possible? The explosion must have hit them directly. Oh no, that's it. We can't have the crown ceremony now. For the honor of Alon's kingdom, we must get the crown back. The crown's stolen? The crown's been stolen! What should I do?
I'm so sorry. The crown was stolen right before my eyes and I couldn't even move. You still can't move. That's okay.
I didn't know they were the thieves. The infamous Bert and Bart. Why, they totally fooled me.
What do you mean? Do you know them?
Oh no, I never heard of them. I mean, the way they fooled me, I thought they had to be famous.
Wow. Well, that's a thing, I guess. Either way, we need to get the crown back. And who would expect them to be still in the castle?
Hi.
Are you alright?
The man suddenly... The bomb.
Threw a bomb at you? No, the bomb exploded before they threw it. Fragments struck my head and I passed out.
But how could they survive the explosion anyway?
I don't know, that's just... I love it. Alonso Castle.
Hi.
Monsters appeared long ago when people stopped using the castle basement. I see, but did you see two guys pass through here?
What?
Well, I, fell asleep. Come to think of it, I might have heard some sounds. Yep, those guards are no good. Oh, you can go through there? Sure. Huh, let's use some boomerangs here. And also, by the way, the frog has healing as an ability. Spark, spark. Those things have a surprising amount of HP. Boomy punch! Nice, good job, Boomy. So, there's a crack in the wall. Can't do anything with it. It takes some guts to come back for the crown after such a spectacular fail and exit. You'd be shocked too, yep. But this is kind of straightforward, but this also introduces a new type of enemy and their movement. Here we have a mad horse. Let's see, how strong is a droplet? It costs more, but it might also deal more damage. $19, that's quite acceptable. And of course we kind of have to go through here. There's some blocks here. Put one onto this thing, and why would you just make the corridor a little bit wider? Well, otherwise you cannot push this block over here. Pretty simple. Hello, horsey. Oh, two mad horses. Droplets seem to do quite good work, so let's just keep using it, I guess. It's mad! Indeed. Also, hey Tristan, how are you doing? What was that game called again with that weird little thing? It's actually quite fun. We found bomb! In fact, it's an infinite supply of bombs. We can use them now. They explode after a few steps, and the interesting thing about the bombs is essentially they don't stun enemies. In fact, if you want to stun enemies, we need to just use arrows instead. But, of course, you can also break walls and various other things with them. Let's actually just attack regularly, because we are faster than the mad horses anyways, and as long as... well... Stop! Oh goodness. I was about to say, as long as Tia does enough damage with a regular attack, we should be fine. Well, she doesn't. Her physical capabilities are rather weak in comparison. Since Moth doesn't have any other spells right now, I might as well just use his spells to heal, other than anything else. It's froggies. Oh, by the way, this is a weird thing you can do with frogs. And of course, you need to have a pot or something like that. So real quick, when I pick up a pot or lay it down, enemies move as well. So what happens if I have put the pot onto an enemy that is just moving? Well, it actually has a really strange effect. Which is definitely a glitch, but it's kind of fun. So I put the pot onto the frog. Now essentially the frog stands right on top of the pot. What happens if I pick it up? Suddenly it transforms into the character that you saw in the initial cutscene. Whoever that might be. And we also are holding the pot now without actually holding up our hands. It's kind of weird. Of course, those are still froggies, so they are quite fine. Ribbit checking situation. So it's kind of interesting, to say the least, that you can even do this kind of thing. Hey Dingsbums, welcome to you. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, why can you do that? I don't know. Or why does it happen? I probably assume it's because you do a weird interaction with a tile of an enemy that does not have that kind of interaction programmed. So whenever you lift up the pot of an enemy, it just kind of, whoops, suddenly this thing moves around. And it also stays that way until you defeat them or reset the area. It's kind of strange. So, we need to put the pot here. Save the frog! Yes, please. By the way, you always have priority on moving on to certain tiles, so that makes that simpler. By the way, this is a cento... whatever. It's an insect, and we still have the insect crush weapon equipped. And we get a headband. Looks kind of cute. How good is a headband? What does it do? I don't know. It's for Tia. Just increases defense by 3. It's something. So weird. Ride with a horse. Are there horses there in that room? We can try it with a spider. Maybe. Oh, Amarik, please. Hey B-Dragon, welcome to you. Oops, I need to... Let's try it with a horse real quick, I don't know what that happens. Since that's the first NPC you see in the game, it probably has sprite 0. When you pick out the pot, it blanks the tile's NPC's content. Or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined too. So let's see real quick. Horsey. Ah, got it too here. Let's see what happens with you. It turns into a blue beetle? This is kind of strange. Can I continue this? Nope, it just stays a blue beetle. Surprise attack. Ow. Apparently surprise attacks also changes up your character party. By the way, you are free to change up your party as much as you want. The top left character slot deals more damage with physical attacks, but also takes more damage from physicals. Spells are not affected, so optimally, of course, you have your spellcasters in the back row. Kind of traditional type of deals. We can try it with a spider. Bit shifting things then, probably. It even gets messier when you are able to do it on bigger sprite enemies. I've never tried it on anything but the frogs. I just knew the frogs would work. I've never tried it on anything else. This could be really curious. Oh. Oh, I can't do it on the spider in this room anyways, because they are just too far away. As in across a gap that I can't cross. Not easily anyways. What happened? I think the spiders cannot go across that gap tile, probably. Spidey! Spidey! Yeah, I cannot go across here, otherwise it could just suddenly be in the air. Alrighty, where are we here? Of course there's a cracked wall on the left, if you are attentive. So what can we do with those? Well, go through. I don't know which one place I'm supposed to go. But I know I want to take out some enemies here. Pick up the pot, carry it on top of the switch, use the reset spells. You can't keep the pot then. Oh, that's right, there was some weird shenanigans with that. If you use the reset spell while standing on the switch, do you have to carry the pot too, while standing on the switch? Like, what I can do now... Something like that. I reset this thing... No, not here. I can't open the menu in order to cast a reset spell though, if I do this. I know it's a speedrun strat somewhere, but I think it only works on certain switches, doesn't it? I may have missed a few things in this dungeon, but that's okay. Alrighty. This is some interesting color blocks. If you put 3 in a row, boom, they disappear. So of course, this is a little bit of a problem in certain instances. Because maybe you don't want those things to disappear, or maybe you don't have enough blocks, because if you have only 2 in a row, they don't disappear. So how do you do this? Lord Apocalypse, thank you! Thank you so much for 4 arms in a row of coming back. Welcome back to you. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. So, the yellow ones we had 6 total, but of the others we only have 5. So this would be a bit of a problem if we don't manage to remove all of those blocks at the same time. So, we need to just move them in a position where we can, well, remove all of the blocks at the same time. Since that's the entire puzzle here. Bonk. Pretty simple. The door opens on the right, which I believe is the key. Oh, it's just a code. That's not a key. But you can equip a code. It works as a safety mechanism in some rooms, because otherwise you'd be able to lock yourself in the dungeon if you come upstairs and use the reset. I see. Hey, at least it'll be warm in winter. True. And here we have new enemies. Buffaloes. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. I'm actually going to try and drowsy those guys. Drowsy puts enemies to sleep. As you can see, right now the sprites are standing perfectly still, and we are not going to see what happens when we actually hit it. Because, oh boy, buffaloes deal a lot of damage if I'm not mistaken. Just going to spark them. Also, as you can see, Tia is now faster than Moth. 2 down. I still don't know what buffalo thingy means, because buffalo to me is just only the animal. I've never really learned anything other than it being an animal. Fumi punch! Nice, good job, little one. We get a cloth helmet. That actually sounds like something that we may be able to use, indeed. Heal Tia, because she is actually quite low on HP. And reset Amarek, because it froze again. And we just keep going. On the castle before. So first of all, here's for teleporters. Depending on which switch you put the pot on, you get to teleport it to a different place. Over here, you actually want to move this thing first before you hit any of the switches. Let's go top right first. And here we have a little spike maze. Now the curious thing is, we can get to this secret fruit. And seemingly not really anywhere else. However, there's a little secret here. Oops. By going down instead, you can go to the right side here. And there's a cracked wall. Where you find a miracle. Honestly, this game is really intriguing with how it hides things. And I'm pretty sure I don't know everything. I do probably know most things though. So, how do we get to this chest? Well, there's one enemy here. We tried to defeat it, but unfortunately, it exactly mimics my movement. So it's kind of difficult to go and hit it. Unless we do something like this. Basically, I managed to lock it into that little space there, and then I could move on left and right without it moving. And this is how we are going to defeat it. We don't have that much MP left on Tia. Pretty sure I missed nothing? Yeah. By the way, you can point out things that I miss after we are past. Before that, I would like to ask you to just kind of make sure to not necessarily spoil things ahead of time. To explain Yagamoth, Buffalo can also be a verb meaning to intimidate, and capitalize an adjective meaning from Buffalo, New York. I see. So what does this sentence mean then? Buffalo, intimidate? Never heard of this one? Yeah, that's a new one to me as well. It's just like, I knew about the sentence thing, but I don't really know how it's supposed to work. I think I want to go to that one last. Here's a chest. We can pick it up. If we pick it up from the switch, the thing on the left gets accessible. But how do you pick up this chest from the switch while getting out of here? Because we're kind of locked in here if we do this. Oh, that was not a clever thing to do at all. English is dumb? Don't worry. Pretty much every language has that to an extent. Speedy ring, fake. Fake, I believe, increases our attack power. Also, insect rush is an IP attack, which I believe hits all enemies. Then you have a IP attack forgetful, I think, that silences enemies. I don't actually know what it does. Lowers enemy intelligence, so they deal less spell damage. I remember that now. Restores 50 of max HP, which I believe is 50%. And how are we going to just choose to heal both? Nice script. A bison from New York. Intimidate a bison from New York. Furry punch! I love our little capsule monster. It's pretty awesome. We also get a cloth helmet. Let's see whether Tia can use it. Oh, when did we get a light knife? I must have missed that. Either way, this is actually one of those things I did not know as a kid. until a later dungeon, where I figured it out. You can use a bomb in order to get to this thing. And we found the dragon egg. What do we do with dragon eggs? Ah, we'll figure that out later. No spoilers, please. But either way, this is the other end of that door where I push those thingies. Pushing those blocks will allow us to go through this dungeon area here. Now, there's those enemies here. You have to defeat all of them in order to get through this room. Now Tia with the light knife, even though she still looks like a whip, will do a bit more damage. Enemies can also escape sometimes. Specifically specific enemies. These ones here are among those. You should be able to defeat them and you just heal yourself with the re-energize. Is the light knife a holy style weapon or does it weigh a lot? Or doesn't... That doesn't weigh a lot? Oh, I don't know how exactly it's supposed to be. Why not both? We have a light attack, so light attack is either a very not so heavy attack, or it's a holy element attack, I guess. I have no idea, by the way. Fumi punch! Good job, Fumi. Thank you, Laffen. But the buffalo thing, by the way, the sentence buffalo, whatever, shouldn't it also have some supporting words like a buffalo from buffalo, buffaloes, a buffalo from buffalo? Like, that just is weird to me. Bomb attack. Really bomb attack, because it's an insect rush and those guys are not insect, it's just a multi-target attack. To be a useful sentence, yeah. The whole point of the sentence is to point out some weirdness in English. I see. It's basically just not a proper sentence, but it technically works, I would imagine. Well, give me arrows, please, because I'd like to just fight that weird thing there. Because we have a new enemy here. Needle lizard, also a lizard. It's a needle lizard, guys. It's not a hedgehog. It's a needle lizard. Lizard are, by the way, rather basic enemies, not particularly strong. Tia even can one-shot them too. Macro lizards. Wait, enemies can also be in back and front row, can't they? Actually forgot about that entirely. That enemies also have back and front rows. Hey Rhagodactylus, welcome. It's going quite fine. How are you doing? The underground waterway lays ahead. No trespassing. Too late. Hi. Moth, look, those two guys. You, don't move.
I applaud your efforts in coming this far, but you shouldn't have jumped down here, you see? Aha! Surprised? Weren't expecting such terrible tricks on the ground, were you?
What are you going to do, Moth?
You ready to swim? The wily water's on its merry way. Alright, Bart, do it. Wide on, boss.
What weirdos. Well, they're gone. I love those encounters, they're so awesome. This game has such an awesome mix of light tones and not being so light, let's put it that way. Oh, look, the crown! They must have dropped it when they were washed away by their wily water. What happened to them? I have no idea. How far were they carried, anyway? I wonder if they're okay. I wouldn't worry. They're the type that always comes back to bug you over and over. Yeah, you're right. We get the crown. Well, that's a thing. Also, by the way, we have not encountered those yet. Those are big bats, which I believe are weak to light. Maybe not. Maybe it's just Tia that is actually weak. I think Maxim, or Moth in this case, has a slightly higher chance of getting hit by enemies. Not entirely sure about that. Fumi Punch! Nice. And he calls a companion. More experience for us. And money. Right, put the button right in the air where the water will flow. Genius design. Yep. It's pretty... clever, question mark? So we could use a warp in order to get out of here, which I believe Tia... she did not learn warp. Or flee. We do... escape. We did get an escape thing. And we're back here. There's still some stuff in this dungeon that we haven't gotten yet, but... that's okay, we don't need to get everything, it's not that important. But kind of like the... speeder ring, it can be useful. Aye, we actually have a thing for you guys, oopsie. That staircase is really inconveniently placed, oops. I meant to look at it by holding the R button, but you can't turn around in cities and stuff. Aye. You retrieved our crown, did you not? On behalf of the kingdom, I thank you. I would like to reward you. What would you like? Money, princess, king, nothing. I would like the princess. Right in front of Tia. That would be rude. Oh. Can I take you with me? I can't have a king for my party, guys. Money? Nah. I don't want anything. What? You want nothing? I admire your generosity. I shall reward you with 3,000 gold pieces. That's not nothing. You broke your promise. You didn't give me what I wanted. That's okay. We get 3,000 gold. I actually don't know what you get by choosing the other options. Feel free to enlighten me. But, hey, we get a bit of money. We give them their crown back and they can continue their ceremony. Hello. When I'm ready, I will invite all of you and I hope you will grace me with your presence. Maybe. I don't know how to thank you for retrieving a precious crown. Probably. Nothing was the actual greedy choice here. I've always chosen nothing. I've actually never tried anything else. You just get different amounts of money. $500 for king, 1,000 for princess, 2,000 for money, and 3,000 for nothing. Oh wow. That's interesting. Choosing nothing is the most money. How ironic. So, I'm going to buy a few more potions just for general use. Shriek awakens characters that are asleep. Going to buy a few mystery pin. Believe those cure paralysis. Yes, they do. Just buy a few too. High potions restores HP. That's nice, I guess. Get some antidotes. I think, well, obviously high potions are just healing more than potions. By the way, the eye on the right side is to show how many items we have of those in our inventory, which is only something I literally just noticed. Oh well. Oh wait, he also has armor and weapons, I just realized. We could get a mace, which is the worst weapon for Tia since she has a light knife right now. We could get a long knife or a short sword. Short sword is definitely significantly better than what we have right now, and I think it's time for us to upgrade our weapon. We can even immediately upgrade the weapon directly. And here, what else can we do? We can get a height shield, is slightly better, or a buckler, which is even better. Mini shield for Tia. I believe the mini shield has an IP attack, which you can see on the top right there. Increase ATP. That is essentially attack power increase, which is really, really good. So, we can equip it, or buy it. I did not equip it. I wanted to equip it, but that's just, it's an alternative way of how you can buy stuff instead. Cloth armor. No, we don't need much more. That's okay. So, real quick, going to equip the mini shield on you. And that's all. I don't think we have acquired any jewels right now, so we will eventually get those. Go to the inn so Tia replenishes her MP. And there we go. Yeah, looks cute when you have the short sword highlighted. Or when she can't equip things. I guess so. You think Maxine will make a very pretty princess? Yes, I agree. There's only one bed in... whatever. Hi.
Hey there.
We can buy coins. 1 coin for 10 gold, 10 coins for 100, 100 coins for things. It's not even a discount. So, and then what can we buy with coins? Flame Charm, Statues, Zap Charm. So Flame Charm, a talisman that causes flame damage to one enemy. Statue, restores HP of your members of your party during battle, if you ask it nicely. I need to ask the statue nicely. I like that. Zap Charm, thunder damage. Rage Knife. Attack all enemies with the bomb attack, see-through cape, a cape made of very thin cloth. And Miracle is its IP attack, restores a fight power fully, restores HP and MP fully. That's kinda neat actually. So, why would we buy coins? Let's just buy like 50 coins. Hi.
There's only one slot machine here, but
There's a casino, alright?
but I hear there is a bigger casino somewhere. I'd love to get there just once for a little bit.
Press the control pad up to insert a coin. The reel automatically stops. So you can input up to 5 coins, and then just play the slot machine. You can also just input 1 coin. 1 coin gives you a straight line from left to right. 2 coins gives you the top row from left to right, or doesn't really matter. 3 coins is all 3 rows. The 4th coin is the diagonal from top left to bottom right, and the 5th coin is from bottom left to top right. So the highest chance of getting something is by inputting all coins. We just got our input doubled. Or did we get it doubled? It says X2, but I don't actually know if it doubles the input. Maybe we just get 2 coins instead of doubling the input. Hey, we got 10. I think it's actually just straight up 10 coins, isn't it? Obviously the best method of getting a lot of money. Fumi. Oh, we get cherries, that's nice. Obviously the best method of getting a lot of money is by just... to get coins, excuse me, is by just buying all the coins, if you have enough money that is, which we don't. Let's just see how we can go. By the way, I did not know about this slot machine at all when I was a kid. I had no clue this thing even existed. What a tease. There's nothing you can do to manipulate this, I don't think. Well, actually, you can maybe do manipulation for this game. I don't know whether it affects the slot machine. There is a very heavily manipulated speedrun route for this, which is kind of fascinating to see. Although I feel like for me it would be more interesting to just route it than actually run it. So each cherry gives us 2 coins, and because we have multiple paths, potentially anyways, we would actually get multiple cherries too. So close. Ooh, we got 40, no, actually 20 coins out of this, so right now it's just kind of teasing us. We are slowly losing more money. I don't think I've ever won a particularly great amount. The items here are somewhat worthwhile, quite intriguing, but you want to potentially get the statues for a very specific purpose. Metal Bear, thank you for the host, I appreciate that. And welcome to you, hope you're doing well. More boats. I actually just wanted to play until I am all out of coins. But either way, the statues are actually a group heal. A pretty powerful group heal at that. And you can use it to an interesting effect in an upcoming dungeon. So there's a specific speedrun category for this even. So if I'm not mistaken, this should give me 2 plus 2 plus 6, so 10 coins total because it crosses paths. I actually don't know whether it gave me 10 coins or not. 7 bar. No. The slots in this game are actually rigged in your favor, so long as you have enough coins to get it started. You can't just put something on the coin key and keep it running while you do something else. Really? Actually, had no idea. That's neat. So I can just hold up actually rather than repeatedly press up. Yep. You can, but it still takes a long while. I mean, nothing that's more like just AFK grinding by holding down a button with a clamp or something like that. Why not? We're actually back to our original numbers here. In my opinion, it would be kind of silly to have a gambling game in a video game where you have the chance to losing all your money. It's true. It will just take a long while. I didn't realize that they were rigged in your favor. It does feel like it. Like, it just kind of keeps teasing you to an extent. Never seen a 777 myself. I think the best I've seen is 3 Fumis. Oh, that's that. You wonder how the chances change when you use 1 coin every 5 every time. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, we got 40 this time. Yeah, okay, if I wanted to gamble, I would just hold on the button and, I don't know, go and clean my room. Which I've already done, haha. So I'm not going to stay here for too much longer. Let's just get one more thing that isn't just Jerry win. And then we're done here. Come on, one thing that isn't cherries. By the way, I don't think I've ever had the see-through cape. If this were the end of the stream, I would potentially just keep doing this until we can get the see-through cape just to see what it does. Or not see what it does, depending on how you look at it. Or not look at it, because it's see-through. Huh. I'm sorry. Nope. Ah, actually I lose everything here. That will be okay too. Oh, we actually got the boats. Ha, I didn't check see this. Alrighty, let's go. Aye, what could we buy with the coins? We need 200 coins for 1 statue. That's 2,000 gold. Nah, it's okay. Alrighty, let's go. Where do we go? Good question. To the next city. That's the answer. Or try it anyways. Actually, let me just show you guys. Because there's a little bit of story to this. Alon's the North Shrine. In order to get to the next area, we would need to go through here. Oh, what should I do? What's the matter? I'm from the town of Tandal, north of here. I came to Sandleton to do some shopping. I finished shopping and wanted to go home, but I couldn't find the key to the small shrine's door. I won't be able to return home to Tandal. My brother is probably worried about me.
Abel took the door key and went to the cave. I've told him he can't treat the key like a toy. He still hasn't come back. I'm starting to worry. Abel used the door key for the treasure hunting game. I said we shouldn't, but yeah.
That's the story. Basically, the little kid took the key and is just treasure hunting. Hi. Are you able by any chance?
Yes, what is it?
I came here to find the key you've taken.
Oh, Dad, the key is...
What's wrong?
The key is...
Your grandpa was so upset. He said that you shouldn't treat that key as a toy.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Give me the key right now.
But...
What is it? Come on.
Hey, Moth. It doesn't work that way. Would you tell me what really happened? I won't get upset at you. Please. A huge monster suddenly appeared and it was so freaked out, I threw the key at it. And the monster took the key and went inside the dungeon. Okay, I understand. Don't worry. We'll find the key for you.
Really?
Yes. So promise me you're not going to do this again, okay? I promise. And I'll apologize to Grandpa too. That a boy. No, this place is dangerous. Go back to your grandfather's. I will. Please be careful.
You're so good with kids, Tia.
I'm just prepared, that's all.
Of course.
If only he could understand what I mean by that, I wouldn't be so frustrated.
What's on your mind, Tia?
Oh, nothing. Let's go, Moth.
Alrighty, we're just going to the dungeon. So, we can hit that switch over there and find a high potion. So of course, we want to see what new enemies there might be. Nothing new in particular here. I'm just going to spark you guys. It's a reference to something Radix, but it's okay. Oh. Ricochet, thank you. Thank you for the good luck, and thank you very much for 2 rounds in a row support. Welcome back to you. Glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you very much. So, this is an interesting puzzle. We have 2 pots, and also weird stones at the bottom, but ignore those for now. And 3 switches. So how can we get in here? Well, we wait until an enemy steps on the switch. This is actually one of the trickier ones, because the door also closes as soon as the enemy steps off the switch. So in order to get through there, you kind of have to be, well, a little bit crafty sometimes anyways. Just a little. Puzzles are honestly one of the things you miss in newer RPG. Most don't really have them, or they're dependent on the reflex more than thought. He fell through. More weird rocks. Ah, chest. This area actually contains a puzzle that I did not know, or a secret that I did not know until way late when I discovered the internet. A name Metal Bear. And yes, I played the German version of Lufia too, which means I had no idea that this was actually a prequel to Lufia. And we found a horse rock. What does it do? It gives you the power of a raging wild horse. Increases attack power, and also defense, and also strength. Pretty good actually. And has Frenzy, attack enemies with the attack 1.5 times as powerful as normal. So basically, it's the first type of jewel that we found, and I'm going to give this over to Tia, so she will hopefully deal a bit more physical damage, so we can just hold down the button in order to, well, go fast. You see that? Strange. This game has some of the not so intuitive puzzles too. Chat died again? Alright, let me reset it. I don't know why that happens. Usually chat pontificator works fine, but I guess maybe I should update it since it's been quite a while since I downloaded the little tool. I did not realize you could also throw arrows with the L button. That's intriguing. Almost forgot about this one. Let me get a light armor. And what does the light armor do? Well, it's not light element, probably. But hey, it's lighter armor. That's nice. Yaga killing his own family in game. Sorry, I don't really have much of a choice. New text. Nice. So yeah. Where are we here? In places. Oh wow. This is neat. Also, the first time there's actually something hidden behind one of those vines. You find a brave potion and a miracle. Again, miracles are pretty much elixirs in this game. They heal you to full and also revive you, so it's actually better than an elixir. Can go through here now. Wait a second. Did I miss something? I may have missed something. Especially the early caves that are more twisted and intertwined, I may not really know much about. Also here. Find a high potion, but as soon as you open up one of the chests, you are stuck in here. Found high magic. And power brace. So the power brace alone might actually just kind of justify you going in here. Now Tia right now is faster than Maxim anyways, so I could give her the speedy ring instead. So she would be guaranteed faster than enemies, but at the same time, there's not much of a reason. There's nobody faster than Tia. So the power brace is actually a shield type of deal. It increases intelligence by 5, so I think she would deal more magic damage. Or we could deal more healing with it. It also increases defense by a little bit because it's better than small shield. The mini shield is actually really good. Also here you can see for the first time headbandlet. Basically, here we have the cloth helmet. If I switch over to Tia, the game doesn't quite reset the naming properly. So it does a headbandlet. Because it just keeps the helmet from the previous area. For speedy ring, it's now no equipping. Or no equip. It's kind of funny actually sometimes. So, enemies can actually not stand onto those things here. So, here we have small crabs. Crabs have a really strong defense, but I think are weak to fire if I'm not mistaken. The coat armor. Indeed. Boomy punch! Good job, Boomy. But also crabs are a bit weird in terms of where their front and back side is, because crabs walk sideways. And that's kind of represented in the game here too. Droplet. I don't know whether they are weak against Droplet, but I think it's generally a slightly stronger spell. I don't even know about that really. Foot me punch. Those are some angry looking horses. They are. I never really understood the sprite when I was a kid. And only right now I finally actually see how they are supposed to be looking. Like, it's a really weird sprite. I never figured out how you are supposed to look at it until literally just now. I guess I also never really cared that much. So, Horse Rock Frenzy, which might actually be a better ability for Maxim, because since it does 1.5 times damage, it's not all that great to be used by Tia, really. Since her base damage is kind of weak, so you of course want to have it on the stronger characters, so I might just switch the Rock over to Maxim instead. Also, now, those purple moths are actually quite fast. Faster than moth right now. Fumi punch. However, Tia should be able to take care of them, no problem. It's a Megamoth. I just did that the wrong way around. Flip-flop dance. It's some status effect, I don't know which one it is. But it's kind of like they're dancing around the light and you're just really trying to get rid of them. Kind of annoying. I wonder whether there's a path here. There is not. I know there's another path here in this area that I did not know about. This is the path here that I had no clue about for a very, very long time. So what you can do is you can push those pillars over here. And see that chest on the right side? This is how you get that chest. It contains the Witch's Ring, which I believe increases magic power. Witch's Ring increases intelligence by 10 and MGR by 20. Which I don't actually know what the MGR stat does exactly, to be honest. I don't even know where I want to go through. I may have just missed some stuff. That's okay. Those guys are so weird, their walking pattern. MGR equals magic resistance, I see. So here we can drain the water. Why would he do that? I don't know, we haven't encountered as to why yet. Oh, yeah, right. Is this over here? No, where is it? It's over here, probably. Why else would there be a crab over here? MGR is magic resistance. Okay, that's actually good to know because I did not know that. I thought it was something like critical hit chance or something of that equivalent. I'm completely wrong about that. Alrighty, here we go. Found a miracle! You know what, I don't feel like walking back outside, so I just use reset. I don't think there's anything hidden in this room. Mass cross revenue? I'm not sure about that one. I always thought it was magic rating. Let's see. I thought it was something like the guts stat like in Earthbound, where it does various things, or luck stat in the other RPGs. So the reason why we needed to drain the water is in order to make those little arrows be, well, forming a little bridge. This thing, by the way, I didn't explain that last time. This replenishes your magic. This heals you to full. And this thing, of course, kind of like last time, allows you to save. Why would the game want to have you save right now? Well, oops. Wrong button, come on. Well, wouldn't you guess it, there's an enemy here. Who are you? Didn't you pick up the key a little kid threw at you? We'd like it back, if you don't mind. It's mine now! I'll never let it go. Alrighty, and here we have a Regal Goblin. So this guy is actually pretty tough. I'm going to use Speedy Ring Fake. And I'm also going to use Drowsy on him. So, you can see him just wiggling and moving a little bit. When we manage to put him to sleep, he actually will have a slightly different movement. That's how you're supposed to figure out whether he is asleep or not. By the way, Big Goblin wakes up. Let me actually see real quick. Increases agility. Either way, we could use an ice attack. I actually want to just regularly attack and just keep putting him to sleep, or try to anyways. So this goblin is actually pretty strong. He attacks not once, but twice for a good amount of damage. Actually, I guess not now? I was pretty sure it would attack twice. Either way, I'm actually going to use a short sword attack here. And try to put him to sleep again. So I did not know you could put this guy to sleep, and I had a tremendous amount of trouble beating this king as a kid. I'm pretty sure what I ended up doing is I bought a ton of boomerangs, because one of the things he does is he calls companions. Ah, there we go, now he attacks twice, or 2 actions anyways. And now we have a goblin mage. So I just use boomerangs whenever he called companions. And there's that. Just try to put him to sleep. Umi doesn't help with this. Yeah. Oh boy, this guy actually survived. I may have to heal instead now. But you can still definitely see that... Yeah, this is definitely magic defense we picked up with the magic ring there. And the Regal Goblin calls companions, and then attacks. Rude. Oh boy. Maybe I should just use Spark on this guy. His boss was a nightmare as a kid, yeah. The early bosses are actually quite tough, especially if you don't really know what you're doing yet, which I certainly didn't. Don't kill Fumi, that would be really rude. So I'm actually just going to use the mini shield, Battle Lust. This increases the attack power of both here by a fair bit. And you can use that multiple times. The effectiveness of using... No, Fumi! The effectiveness of Battle Lust gets reduced every time, but using it once or twice is definitely recommended. If you have access to it one way or another. Well, drowsy him again. We can also use Spark. Spark I think deals pretty good damage to this guy too. Okay, now he's asleep. And now he wakes up again. We will avenge you. So now he's actually slowly moving up and down. I think that means he's asleep. I wonder if the droplet is better against him. Not really. But we got him! Hooray! We level up a bunch. And we win. Aha! Nice. Alrighty, and that's this dungeon here. In this case, I just want to walk outside because I'm pretty sure I missed a few things. So what I want to do is go the other path that I haven't quite gone yet. I think it's down here. I thought this was going to be the path to continue over here, but apparently not. So I guess this is a side area. Ah, there's the northwest cave. Now we are up here on the upper floor. Is there any secrets here that I may miss or something like that? Oh, so those bushes are pretty annoying because they immediately regrow as soon as you take a few steps. So I tried to hit the bush, but I can't push the block over there, so that doesn't work. So what do we do here? Can you destroy a bush with a bomb? Yes. So, going to be a bit slow, but you can do this. By the way, if you plant the bomb... Okay, there we go. That made a thing appear over there. How do we get over there? I don't know. If you put a bomb next to a bomb, it actually makes all the bombs explode too. I cannot plant bombs right there. So it just basically makes a chain reaction, which may or may not be relevant. Alrighty, I can do this, but at the same time, that doesn't help me, so I need to use arrows. Whee! We just go down. Now we can go and grab this thing over here. Din 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 din. Din din. And we get a chat helmet. Alright, I think that was everything that we can do in here. What does a jet helmet do? Well, as the name suggests, it increases our agility a little bit, which is kind of nice, and a decent amount of defense. Tia cannot equip it, so we're just going to equip it here, because that's kind of what we do. So, maybe I should have learned the warp or something spell, because I don't think we have another escape item, so we have to walk outside anyways, even if I wanted to do a thing. Charred Newt partially restores HP and MP. Poor little guy. Alright, let's get outside here. Dum, 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 dum. What? Jet helmet makes you pretty fly for a moth. Nice. Dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum. So we actually did not go through here last time. By the way, this is the switch that I was talking about earlier. This is the switch that I did not know you could actually activate switches with not just the arrows, but actually also the A button. That's kind of where I learned that as a kid. Of course I didn't go the right side around, because, well, I didn't figure out all the puzzles in this dungeon. Alrighty, hey, we have a key. Thank goodness you found the key. Now I can go back to Tanball. Oh, if you are ever in Tanball, please stop by. We're on the inn there. I'm Hilda. We'd be pleased if you'd stay at our inn for free next time you come. Well then, I must be on my way. Oops, I guess I forgot to have you open the door. Use the small key, shrine key. Go ahead. Thanks for all your trouble. Goodbye. And yes. What is this game? A pretty good one. Hey Maggers, how are you doing? Never played it before. I wonder what that name is on the top of the leaderboard. How are you doing, sir? Good morning to you. So, for anyone who does not know, by the way, I believe you don't have to pick up the small key in the next to the goblin. So, I deliberately did not pick it up, just kind of to show this off. Essentially, the game only checks for you to defeat the regal goblin. It doesn't check for you having picked up the key or not. It's some kind of new game. Not really, it's a pretty old one. It's for the Super Nintendo. But yeah, you don't have to pick up the small key, it's just not necessary, so why would you do it? Of course, that's something only speedrunners could figure out. By accident, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was figured out by... ooh, flying hawks. Let's see how strong they are. I believe this was accidentally figured out by Voltus one day. He defeated the Regal Goblin and just continued on without picking up the key. And yeah, it works. The best enemies. They are kind of weird, those hawks. I would have thought eagles looked a lot better in this game, because I didn't like their color scheme. You did not know you could skip the key. Yeah, I'm sorry, I decided to just kind of go with it. Like, here's the thing, I very often just kind of miss the obvious or forget certain silly things like this. So I just kind of played on that idea where it's like, well, some of my more seasoned viewers will just kind of know, hey, I forgot a thing there. But on the other hand, there were probably also a few people that actually knew that they could skip that key. So it was intentional in this case. But I am the type of person that does forget those things sometimes. Oh well. Those don't drop? Yeah, those don't drop either. Hello. Oh, you came to Tanbell. Let's see. I guess I haven't got your names. I'm Moth, and this is Tia. Hello. Thank you so much for what you did at the small shrine. Oh, it's you, brother. I was just about to go and talk with you. Hilda, who are these people? They found the key when I was in trouble at the small shrine. This is Moth and Tia. Glad to meet you. This is my brother, Guy. I hear you helped my sister at the small shrine. Thank you. Moth, please stay here today. I'll cook something special for you. That's a great idea. I don't know about her other abilities, but her cooking is pretty good. And just what do you mean by that? Well, is there anything else you can do really well? I just can't think. What did you say? I manage to cook, clean, and even do laundry. You can't do anything.
I do my own laundry.
Yeah, right. If tearing apart the clothes is called doing laundry, you do that really well, huh? Man, they can't do anything by themselves, yet act like they rule the world. Don't you agree, Tia? Yeah, I know what you mean. What? Never mind.
In any case, please stay today.
Hilda, why don't you go and fix up something? Coming right up.
I'll be in the square out back to training. Why don't you join me later?
Sure, I'd love to.
See you then.
They're so close, they appear to be nice people too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see what we have for new spells.
Hello. Magic's powerful stuff. You gotta be careful, or use up all your MP before you know it.
Spark, Droplet, Gale, which is I believe wind element. Actually, it's ice. Maybe that would be useful. Flash gives an electric shock. I think I do want to learn Flash on both characters here. Electric is really good. Strong, Poison, Drowsy, Confuse. While I like Confuse, it's just too expensive for me to really consider it, and it's too unreliable generally speaking. Maybe Gale could be useful. Let's get one. Certain spells your main character can learn, while other than that, Tia is really proficient in most spells. Hey Blockstuff, welcome. How are you doing? By the way, fun fact, in the German version of the script here, in this little cutscene, Guy literally mentions when he is confronted with, "What do you do, Guy? I handle everything, the hotel, etc." And he just answers with, "I wash my underwear." That's what he responds in the German script. It's pretty fun. What can I do for you? Save, please. It's cool that strong is healing and unique, but also unintuitive. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Hello.
It's hard to find a man like Kai with both strength and warmth. If only I were younger. Hi, welcome. Buy whatever strikes you.
I'd like to knock a struck, but thank you. Let's buy a few escapes here. We may have use for those. Big Boomer, which is by the way really good, if we ever need it. So Magic Gort. Increase defense power during battle for a short time. Or Magic Guard. Interesting. These are weird, let me tell you, of wizardry spells like Mohalito and Tilt-A-Wait. Those are pretty strong. I believe Tilt-A-Wait is just capable of one-shotting your entire party if you're unlucky. If it hits anyways. Hi. Plummet the village is beyond the southeast tower. A man there makes the most beautiful things. Hello, your guy. I'm going to in here first real quick. Hi. There's an old tower southeast of town. They say that's where the monsters are coming from. So there was a separate item shop and armored weapon shop in this town. It's kind of interesting. So we could get a wire for Tia, which increases actually her offensive power by quite a bit. But same with the cookery, which is really strong too. So I'm just going to get the wire for Tia, and I'm going to actually start selling some things that we don't necessarily need anymore, like the cloth we don't need. Magic jar partially restores MP, secret fruit. Food for capsule monsters. It can have surprising effects. It can indeed. Hairband we don't need anymore. Frock we can sell. Basically all the equipment that we don't have equipped right now is going to be rather old. Insect Crush. So here's the thing. There is a way to get all the items back if we ever sell them, if we have them at some point. And I'm not going to use most of those again. There will be certain ones that have special effects that I want to keep around, like the mini shield of Tia. And also the light knife has a really nice AP attack versus the wire, which I don't think has any. So in a sense it can be used well to keep, but at the same time I'd rather just buy Kukri. Kukri has a special ability, Thunder Blast. And effective against enemies vulnerable to thunder. Basically it's kind of a lightning element IP attack, so that can be really good too. Oh well. you still have your Wizardry 1 NES card. Too bad your manual didn't survive your 5-year-old and does not read or understand English face. Aw, I see. Yeah, the one Wizardry I played and actually completed on stream even was Wizardry 6. So Wizardry 6 is kind of, I think, the first Wizardry in the series, or the second one, that didn't have those super obscure names for the spells. So yeah. Hey guy, what are you doing?
Hey Moth, are you ready to have a little match?
Sure.
Well, let's get to it then. Can I strut all my stuff?
You'd better or might end up getting hurt.
You're that confident, huh? Okay, coming at you.
Guy!
What? You're just getting to the fun part.
Guy, monsters!
Monsters are in town! What? What the?
That music though.
Are you the strongest man around?
Who are you?
I'll introduce myself after if you get all my henchmen.
Yeah, let's have our match after we take care of those punks, okay?
Good thinking. Let's clean up this scum.
Alrighty. So first of all, we want to have Guy in the top left slot, because that is where he can deal the most physical damage. When I was a kid, I had no idea that character positioning or slots even makes any difference at all. And as you can see, he has 0 MP despite being level 11. He literally doesn't have any magic at all. So, what we do is attack, attack. I'm going to use the mini shield for battle lust on Guy. 45 more attack. 45 damage, not bad, not bad. Let's see how much Guy will do. He's also kind of slow, so that really doesn't exactly help. Boom, 76. That's pretty good out there to say. I'm going to use another mini shield charge on Moth. And that way he will also be able to deal more damage. Boom. And those guys are just kind of nothing too terribly strong. The wire still deals decent damage for Tia. And we easily win. No problem.
Is that it? Oh, way too easy.
What the? My man! Blasted!
Hey, you're next.
Rats in your eyes, I'll be back for you!
He said he'd talk after we defeat them.
Some interruption, huh? Well, are you ready?
Guy, some weird man took Hilda away.
What? Hilda? That scumbag!
He went to the southeast tower.
Thanks.
I'll go with you, Guy.
That tower's full of monsters. It's too dangerous. But not for you, I guess. Let's go.
Alrighty. That's nice. Yeah, that's a weird line, isn't it? I'm not your buddy, Guy. I'm not your guy, pal. So, what else could I buy here? Guy's just sitting there. He doesn't care about spells. I think I want to have droplet on you. Just the water element can be somewhat useful. Hello. Hilda must be so scared. Guy, save her quickly. Hi.
If something happened to Hilda, if I could, I'd trade places with her.
Aw. You joined Guy's party, yep. Would be kind of funny if you actually were just auto-guided over there and you couldn't do anything about it, but at the same time, that's not how this game works, and I think that's okay. So, going to heal up real quick. Again, just using Moth's MP for that. Also, change, you go here, you go here. I think that increased damage or reduced damage and physical attacks in positioning is literally just like 10% per slot's difference, but I don't know how exactly it works. Alrighty. We have imps. What do imps do? I don't know. Let's take them out. Also, let's use flash. Flash though is pretty good damage, I dare to say. What did you say? Checking situation is basically, I believe, just them taking an empty turn. And Americ just giving up for a short while. Doesn't exactly help things. Tunnel, Southeast Tower, first floor. And now we have scorpions, and newts, and needle lizards. Essentially every new enemy you see, generally speaking, is just a stronger version of the previous one. I actually don't know, are those guys weak against any particular element? Flash is generally a reasonably strong spell, so I might just spam this all the time. Which kind of begs the question why I bought a wire for Tia in this case. But that's alright. Scorpions are weak to water. Newt / lizard, fire. I see, thank you. Bestial presence, checking situations. Interesting. And the charred newt. Maybe I should have used fire to make that thematically appropriate. Alrighty, and now we are getting to the place where it's not just the optional puzzles that start getting tricky, but this one here too. So, So the scorpion's movement is exactly predictable, kind of like the mushroom earlier, and I may have messed this up a little bit. What do you say? Is Gale, by the way, the same element as Droplet? I don't assume so. I think ice and water are separate elements. Oh wow, that's really good indeed. You're just going by nature's laws, of course. So, put the pot in the middle. Do we? So it turns out we have to hit all 4 switches. But hang on a second. How do we activate that switch there and still get to the door? Well, that's what the pot is for. It's really not too tough of a puzzle, so to speak. But it's just like noteworthy that this game keeps going up and up in terms of difficulty for those things. Kinda neat. I like it. So, and those here are just... This guy is just running in circles. This guy here is actually standing on a switch. I don't know whether they have any particular weakness. Let's actually try Gale. Flash wasn't too bad. Nope, Flash is definitely a lot better than Gale. Let's try Droplet on those guys. Alright, some of those spell effects look amazing, I dare to say, so... I might just use spells because they look awesome sometimes. Wind element is its own thing. I see. So, he was standing on a switch, but didn't activate it. That's okay. So, you just push this pillar over to the corresponding symbol. Actually, no, you push it all the way to the left in order to just activate this thing. And here we go. Oh no. Well, it turns out you actually have to go through here in order to hit that switch, otherwise you can't get onto that switch at all. Imps are weak to holy / thunder, goblins are weak to a sword in the face. Nice. So those outside scenes were always kind of fun to me. I like the background. Thank you, Magus. By the way, Magus, would you be interested in... Actually, I don't know, when is the last time you've done Lufia to speedrun. Pretty sure skeletons are eco fire. But it's essentially what I wanted to ask is, would you be interested in doing a guided speedrun? You know, kind of like I've done before, where you either run along or just tell me how to speedrun this thing. I don't necessarily intend to speedrun this game myself, to be completely upfront with you, but just kind of an experience to run through the game and learn the tips, tricks, and the strategies. I don't know, I think this game is a lot more reasonable to do that with than Chrono Trigger, probably. Well, I'll just kinda be curious. Manipulation is painful. Let's put it this way, I would leave that up to you, what you think is more reasonable to do. So, when you push the pillar onto the thing, there's going to be things around, so of course you put the pots around it too. Essentially, I would leave that up to you, because you have the experience on it. We don't have to manipulate. I don't really have a preference myself, I would just kind of big craps, so I would just kind of go ahead and do it however you think would be most fit. Manipulation is not hard, but a lot to learn. Again, I don't necessarily plan on running this game myself. In the end, it's just kind of one run through, so to speak, a guided speedrun where I get to learn and also play the more detailed intricacies. It's just a one-time thing. Actually, I think I should use fire, shouldn't I? Guided playthrough? Yeah, would be awesome. Speaking of which, is that a reasonable thing to do in Final Fantasy IV? I don't know how... By the way, you go and stand on these bones, you know this stuff. So you just put a bomb here, because there's a switch on it. Would that be a reasonable thing to do in Final Fantasy IV as well? I don't know who would be the guide there, but just kind of a general question, because I don't know how reasonable it is for Final Fantasy IV. So, let's see. Musical notes should go from the bottom. Should go from the bottom. Do you hear that? When I step on this thing, it makes a weird sound. That's the sound that you hear. Oops, wrong thing. Come on, hit the correct button. When you hit an arrow. And this one here, get the sound of exploding bombs. But that's how you do that. Final Fantasy IV is very easy. You can also do that for you, even if you haven't played the game forever too. That would be interesting. I would definitely appreciate that. Basically, I wasn't sure whether it would be reasonable for Final Fantasy IV. I know Lufia shouldn't be too bad. Even if you want to do certain manipulations, it would be... Well, it's just... do the right thing. Essentially. Alrighty, and we got the key, which means with that key we can now go the other way around. The DS version is hard. Well, I believe it. By the way, I don't necessarily intend to just skip enemies, it's just... I also don't want to fight too many battles. I try to fight at least every enemy once in my casual playthrough here, just to see how they are, what they are like, generally speaking. Why did I attack separate enemies there? I'm not sure. Nice, awesome, Magus, thank you very much. In the past I've called it the Rip Runners crossover, but you're not quite a Rip Runner, are you, sir? You're a bit more of a moon, bro. But we can still, I could still call it a crossover. Basically, it's for people to maybe just experience the speedrun themselves and maybe learn a bit about it themselves. Also, I just like learning about it by having something hands-on myself. Because that's kind of the most, or the easiest way how I learn about things, you could say. I think this should be fine. Wait, why does Tia have full MP again? Did I step on switch thingies some time ago? I forgot actually. That's what I get when I keep talking. Moonrunner crossover. Nice. Hey, there's a thing. Let's read it. He also wanted to read it. I'm sorry, I did not mean to surprise you, Mr. Goblin. Rip Rose. Yeah, I'll need to figure out. Maybe I will even want to do a little layout setup, since I'm going to focus a bit more on casual playthroughs in the near future. It would definitely be nice to just get a bit more out of it. For Final Fantasy IV, we already did the free enterprise thing, which that's really awesome to do. For this one here, I'll likely do some ancient cave attempts or runs. When the date changes in the back room, something happens. When the date changes, that's interesting. So, yeah, either way. That's a lot of enemies. I like to just kind of have more of a game, because after I play through it casually, I generally always just look up the speedrun, and that's kind of fun. Those skeletons always were a bit strange to me. Their eyes are just all over the place. More specifically, the skeletons have eyes, which is kind of weird in the first place, I guess. Is one of my party members a pile of soap bubbles? Fumi punch! Yes. Sure. It is. I like Fumi. By the way, I also really enjoy how responsive the menus are. So, when the date changes, something happens. It is 6:15 right now, the door opens at 9. It is 6:15. Which means this is the big hand, and this is the small one. So the door opens at 9. Ah, derp. I cannot clock. Door opened. The ladder outside is in place. The ladder outside disappeared. Oh, okay. So, when the date changes... So the other hint is actually a secret. Or when the date changes, it's actually secret to what else you can do. And that secret is the middle of the night is when the date changes. Fun fact, I actually brute forced this puzzle because I had no clue how else to solve it as a kid. And I did not want to look up everything in the manual that we had. A jute helmet. A helmet set to ward off magic. It's some magic resistance. Lowers enemy resistance to magic. That's actually kinda neat. Do I want a hint? You can't tell me when I miss something. Aside from that, I will probably know most things, but likely not everything. But was there a... Oh, that might have been. Whatever. Use the sky key. Okay. We should be fine. Pretty solid helm too, grunts instant death immunity. I see, that's nice. Again, usually in casual playthrough, I like to know what the things do. Like, if it doesn't tell me that it grunts instant death immunity, I like to know about it though. That is actually quite curious. I had no idea about this. But I like to just know about mechanics in order to be able to use them. Just don't tell me how or when to use them, generally speaking. Just throwing that out there for everybody. Ominous music. Hey, there's a skeleton buddy. Hi. Oh, there's more enemies. Hi. You have a few guys running around on the top of the tower. There's the lady. Guy.
Hilda! I applaud your efforts to have come this far.
You? Why did you take Hilda? What did she ever do to you, huh?
Orders, you see. I had to check out the abilities of certain men. I considered your case a while.
and came up with an idea.
Kidnapping your sister. You'd do anything to save her.
That idea will cost you dearly, friend. Pick up your sword.
Noisy, aren't we? Now it's time to see your real strength.
So this guy is actually pretty tough. He is called Kamu. So let's see, what does guy have? Oh, I never gave him a cookery. But, let's see. Tough hide, re-energize, restores 50% of max HP, so he can heal in a pinch if necessary. Short sword, ice attack, so that's kinda neat. Do you have any items that we could use in combat here? Magic jar, partially restores MP, chart newt, HP and MP, by not much by the way. That's that. Alrighty, you just attack, that's kind of the best thing you can do anyways. Then here, we have some things we can do. I do believe this guy is weak against thunder, which is why I put a cookery. So the thunder blast should deal a lot of damage. Light armor, free magic, unfreezes magic of all party-members of your party. Unfreezes magic, I kind of assume this is like an anti-silence. Spell repel, increases magic resistance. I don't know whether what he does counts as a spell. Jet helm, sluggish, reduces enemy speed. I don't know whether this works on him, but I'm going to try. And you have mini shield, battle lust for a guy. I like the mini shield a lot actually. Sluggish, let's see whether it works. 9 speed dropped. So he's still faster than Guy though. Buster attack, that's quite the amount of damage to the entire party here. So we want to be a bit careful about that. No, they're not. Ouch. I meant to go down in order to do IP attack rather than do this. Alright, you attack. So I'm actually going to use Moth here to heal. And I'm going to use another mini shield on Guy. Just to have a consistent source of damage that is pretty good. Alrighty, Guy has pretty decent physical resistance. Okay, he deals almost 100 damage now per attack. I'll have Moth use Thunder Blast now and have Tia heal everybody. On the 48, pretty good. Maybe I should have used the mini shield on Moth first before using that. But at the same time, our IP restores pretty quickly. Ooh, that's a lot of damage there. I definitely want to heal up. I might just do a double heal round here. Just to make sure that we survive the next attacks. So this guy is actually quite tough to take on. One of the tougher enemies in the entire game, I dare to say. Sleep Stinger, don't go to bed. Alright, he didn't go to bed, that's good. So, I'm going to use Kukri Thunder Blast, but also use a mini shield of Moth, so he will deal even more damage. Bam! Armor 68, pretty good. Uh-oh. Did I buy a Shriek by chance? You keep attacking. I did buy a Shriek. What? It can miss? I thought it was to wake up characters. Maybe I'm wrong? Tia, wake up! Uh-oh. Re-energize on yourself. Cures confusion. Uh-oh. That was the wrong thing. Take care, Governor. Thank you for dropping 9. Have a nice day. Magic jar. Nope. I'm just going to use strong on himself, just to make sure he survives this one. Buster attack. Yeah, I think that was a decent choice there. Tia, you can't sleep right now. I mean, you can, but that's kind of a problem. Oh boy. Re-energize on Moth and you heal Tia. Tia, wake up please. Oh, use the short sword ice attack. He's not weak against ice, but it should deal a decent amount of damage. Because a companion. Ice attack. Oh, that's actually less damage than a regular attack. Huh. Going to use flash here. Only 39. Okay, regular attack would be better here too. He heals. Well, only 15, but he heals. Okay. Should be able to take him out. Sleep Stinger. Oh, she didn't wake up. I'm going to go ahead and heal himself again and heal Tia so she doesn't drop. Thunder Blast him. Good evening, Barwood. Nice. It's a really, really good game. Do you agree with that? No, 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 no. I'm so used to this. So, is there a setting or option? Tia, good morning. Hi. Is there a setting or an option to stay in the combat menu? Because I remember not starting in the basic menu there. I remember starting the combat menu instead. I have to get used to not doing that. I might just completely misremember that then. I really thought that was just kind of thing. Alrighty. Use Spell Struck, so we reduce his magic resistance. I'm going to heal you, because I'm pretty sure... Well, actually, no. You can do that next turn. You attack this guy. And you heal Moth. I was reasonably certain that you always started in the combat menu there, but maybe I'm wrong, I guess. You reduce his magic defense at 25. So you heal Tia. Do you try, well... You actually heal as well. Can't confirm I'm wrong. Alright, fair enough. So, alrighty, we are on decent shape right now. You to attack. Actually, you used... no. Not you. You used... Speedering on Guy. Maybe he can go faster than him. Do you, Tia? I want you to use Flash on Camu. Armored 11. Pretty good. That's not a whole lot of speed increase. Maybe it makes him go faster than the minion though. It does. Nice. Alrighty. I'm just going to have... No. You deal more damage with the Thunder Blast. You heal instead. There we go. So yeah, this guy is not an easy candidate, but we actually were never really in trouble on, well, except for Tia sleeping for like 10 turns. But never mind, we were kind of in trouble, but it's fine.
It is more than I had expected, Kai and Moth. But don't overestimate yourself. The time will come.
What are you talking about?
This world will be ruled by Sinistrals soon. Just wait.
Ruled by Sinistrals? What do you mean?
You people will never leave here. No need to know.
That's just rude. The door just closed.
You cannot escape.
They're trying to bury us with the tower?
Let's try to open the door. Guy, go get Hilda.
Okay.
Hilda,
Hey, hang on.
Oh, I knew you'd come.
Of course, we're going to get out of here together.
Magic's stopping the door from opening.
This doesn't look good. We haven't got all day.
The door opened. Please, hurry. You're the one I saw at the cave, but why? There's no time for conversation. I am warping us to Tanball.
Ooh, I guess we made it. Hey Moth, who was that woman?
She once told me that I was destined to travel and fight.
What a weird woman. Well, she saved us, alright. I should thank her. Where is she?
She's gone. What is she?
In any case, let's go back home. Hilda's a little hurt too.
Right.
Hilda. Finally asleep.
How's Hilda doing?
She'll live. Wasn't hurt as badly as we thought, but she'll be out of it for a while. Hey Moth, who was that woman at the tower? Seemed like you knew her.
That woman, you know, the one who told me I was destined to fight.
Just what kind of woman is she, I wonder?
Who knows, but she's good for us. She knows how to get rid of that magic cast on the door.
Yeah. Anyone who can get to the top of that monster-ridden tower must be pretty strong.
That's the way I figure it.
So, what's your next move, Moth?
To keep going, I got wind of something that bothers me.
You talking about the super beings out to rule the world?
You got it. If they really exist, I'm going to have to meet them.
And what do you do after you meet?
If this world is their target, I'll have to destroy them, won't I?
We're talking super beings here, you know? You can't just walk on them like bugs.
Sword to sword, I can win. And you, Sir Guy, don't you feel the same?
Ha, of course. I won't be ordered about by anyone. Be ruled? No way, Moth, not me.
So I thought. Listen, we've got to be moving on soon.
Huh? Already?
Well, I could...
No. I should take it easy for a while longer.
You really want to go, don't you, Guy?
Jessie.
What a beautiful woman she is. Who is she, Guy?
Jessie is, my... you know.
Can't you say that straight? Hi, I'm Jessie, Guy's girlfriend. Why, that's wonderful. Nice to meet you. Same here.
Sir Guy's girl, huh? What do you mean? Can I have a girlfriend?
Oh, sure, I didn't mean anything by it.
So, Jessie, what do you mean when you asked if I wanted to go?
You want to go too, right? It was written all over your face.
Well, but
If it's Hilda holding you back, don't worry. I'll take care of her.
I would feel better if you were at her side, but you and I...
Oh, I'll miss you for sure. But you have to do what you have to do, you see? When it's all over, you'll come back to me, right?
You know I will.
Go then, it's okay. Guy, if you can help, I'm happy for you.
Oh, Jessie.
They're so close, they can trust each other and wait it out. Now that's true love.
That's because one follows the other's lead. Sort of supports.
Moth, what on earth are you thinking?
Oh, nothing at all. Nothing.
Well, I should tell you, I'm not a waiting around type of woman.
Moth, I can go. I want to meet that super being. You'll let in, right? You sure about this? I mean, it's a very dangerous journey. Dangerous journey? Is that all you can tempt me with? Sir Guy? You have to drop this sir stuff. I mean, I'm part of the team now. We're equals, okay?
I understand.
No, you don't have to be so prim and proper. I mean, you can say, like, got it.
Got it. Okay, then.
Let's get going, Guy. Let's do it, Moth. Out of here, Taya.
My name's Tia. Guy joins the party. No, for real. Hi. Let me worry about Hilda, Guy. Where are you off to anyway?
First, the southeast tower. I have to pass there on the way to Sunlighten anyway.
Sunlighten? Sunleton? Isn't that the city that we went through earlier? Lufia to rise off the South Pass? What? Long ago, people thought they were... The term Sinistrals refers to left-handedness. Really? I have no idea. Hi.
This old woman will protect the inn until healed as well. Do you want to rest?
Sure. Hey Isabella, welcome. How long do I stream today? For a few more hours. That's the plan. I will probably take a break of about 15-20 minutes, somewhere in there. But for a while longer. Sunleton was a while back. Yeah, I think they meant the next town, whichever one is next. Because we have to go through the tower, so it's a bit of a weird one. She's snoring quite loudly. Alrighty, we have 3 party members now, pretty much permanently. Okay, also... Billy Jelly. It's not green jelly, like it's blue jelly, it's Billy Jelly. Of course it is. Time to reclimb the whole dungeon. You don't have to. It's an option. You know those 3 chests that were at the top of the tower? We didn't have time to grab them. And also the tower didn't actually collapse. So what we could do is just go back all the way up there, which I believe an old speedrun route used to actually climb the tower all the way back up, just for what is up there, because it's actually really, really good. But that's not something you still do. I'm just going to... I believe I have to activate all the bridges again though, if I'm not mistaken. Is it melon flavored jelly? It might be. Wait, you still do it? Really? I'm really surprised by that, honestly. Because that's such a huge detour. Oh. It pays for the 2 minutes in itself. I am really surprised about that. Interesting. Oops. Bing. South Pass is another word for left-handed person. Oh, I see. Fair enough. I did not know that one either. Spoilers, you get a weapon. Yes, you do. I actually don't know what the remainder of the items are that you get up there. Also, by the way, the movement in this game is actually quite tough to get right, so to speak. I don't have to go here, do I? In terms of... The movement is pretty quick overall. Right, I have to open this thing first. Did I... Wait, this is the key. This is the wrong way. Whoopsie. Because you are actually moving surprisingly fast for an RPG anyways, in the overworld, but at the same time, if you think about it, it's at least not a snail's pace that is most Final Fantasy games until they invented the chat boots. Hey Gothor, welcome, how are you doing? But this was actually the way to go. Oh, there was the save points and such, and healing stuff. I completely forgot there were any. Wait, wrong one. I keep doing this. Basically, you cannot move until the text box is gone, but you can already press the A button. And I want to press the A button in order to remove the text box, but you interact with the switch immediately again. It's kind of silly. So, we use the sky key to get this. Camo armor. Actually, I don't know how good the camo armor is. Or the pearl brace. But I know this one here. This is the fire dagger. Sounds like a dagger. Trust me, it's ridiculously good. So Guy currently does not actually have a proper weapon. Well, I guess it's not terrible. But it also increases his defense and his strength. The fire dagger has a rather fascinating IP attack. 3 times more damage than normal attack. Yeah, 3 times. So then we have the Pearl Brace, which is for Tia. Increases defense and also intelligence, so more spell damage. And also healing for that matter. Which unfortunately removes her mini shield. Whatever. And do a learn trick anyways. And then the camo armor, only Guy can equip this one. Increases his attack, defense and also strength by a fair bit. And then on top of that you can use Divine Cure. Restores HP of each party member of your party by 25% of user's maximum HP level. So overall it's just a pretty good assortment of items that you can find up here. Life potion, I'm actually going to give this to Moth. Only 3 maximum HP, it's fine. So what we can do is now use an escape in order to get through here. By the way, I have a question. So you're supposed to get the sky key in order to be able... Oh, never mind. The pegs are lowered, that's why you can go through the tower. It's a later area that I was thinking of. Maybe the next boss is weak to fire? Honestly, the fire dagger is good enough that they could be like 3 bosses ahead that is weak to fire. It's that good. It's a hot find, it might just be a little bit. Alrighty, hello.
Say, youngsters, have you heard the rumor about the ruby apple?
No?
Seems the richest man in town wants the apple-shaped ruby in the north cave north of here. If you want to find it, she'll buy it for a good price.
Sounds nice. Hello, how can I help you? So we can buy high potions, big boomers, power gourds. Increases strength during battle. So this could be kind of like the mini thing, what is it called? Cookery and rot. Actually not going to upgrade Tia's weapon. A baggy. Loose fitting clothing. Nice. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, we can use that power gourd in order to kind of, instead of the mini shield from Tia, in order to increase attack power. Wood helmet. Helmet made from wood. A shield made from wood. Wood shield. Lovely. So maybe a bit more defense for Tia. I don't know. I could use a bit more defense on my frontline characters, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary. Chat is dead again. Let me clear chat. I'll need to remember to try and download the new version of this chat client. Maybe, well, hopefully there's a new version anyways. Hi.
Isn't this a pretty ring, ma'am?
Yes, it's really lovely. Is this made of glass?
Uh-huh. You can buy them in that shop.
In that shop, she means. Hi. Hello. Wow. That beautiful glass crafts. Did you make all of these? No, my husband makes all of the crafts. Really? Is he here today? No, he's off on a journey. He seeks beautiful things and turns them into glass. But he hasn't come back for such a long time. He's never been away this long before. I'm sorry, I talk too much. Did you find anything you like? So we can buy Ear Jewel, which increases guts. Oh, guts is a stat. I see. Glass ring and a glass brace. Well, it's less intelligence, so we don't want to have that. We can't just go into their bedroom, that's kind of rude. Chat has been resurrected. I think this drop hole isn't up to date. Oh! That announcement is not supposed to happen currently. Thank you for the heads up. I want to mostly focus on the Yaga Monthly, which I still need to set up the next drop hole for it. Because it's just kind of unexpected that it's going to be a week earlier rather than later. Welcome to the Magic House. I did not know you could actually walk around, good sir. Strong. Bravery. Increases defense during battle. I like buff spells. I've never really used them. We could buy Escape for Tia, but we still have items. Release. Removes paralysis. We have items for that too. Yeah, hello? By the way, I should probably sort my items sometime. Would you like to see the lovely glass accessories in the shop downstairs, fair lady? What? I heard Chaffee used to study glass crafting at the East Continent a long time ago. The ruby icon made by Chaffee's teacher is now the country's national treasure. Jaffe? Hi.
Washi, the richest and stingiest man in village, lives in a huge house way at the back.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm Rashi, the richest man in this village. I understand you're warriors. Have you ever gone to the North Cave?
No, but why do you ask?
Rumor has it there's an apple-shaped ruby there, but I can't get to it because of the monsters. I just have to have the ruby apple. If you happen to find it, would you sell it to me? Of course, I will pay whatever you ask. I'm not stingy. I just know how to use money.
Honey, that glass shop hasn't paid the rent yet. They're always late.
What? Again? I told them one more delay and they're out.
What shall we do?
Let's see. Sweetheart, don't bring up such things in front of our guests.
Why not? I don't see anything wrong with speaking the truth.
Now isn't there something you should be doing, our back sweetness?
Alright.
Excuse me, how embarrassing.
And yes, Bamboo Shadow, please mind your language around here. I would appreciate that. Save. Before we go on, I want to save. Oh well, we fought enough crabs, I'm just going to go on. Although Guy would easily one-shot them now, thanks to having his fire-based weapon. The fire dagger. Ruby Cave, let's go to the right side. Hey, there's a weird spider. And there's a thing up there. What's that thing? I don't know. Either way, we have mega moths, web spiders, and more web spiders. What do? Well, you use Spark. Because for some reason, even though they are in a fire cave, I think some of those enemies are rather weak to fire. Yep. The fire dagger proves they're weak to fire. Is where all cave music is in the same in all RPGs? I don't think so. Not the same. Might be similar. There's a switch over there. And here we have bears. Big bees, poison beetles, and more big bees. Bees gone. Be gone! Almost like vegan. Are we going to find the gauntlet? So there's a staircase down. Ruby Cave. B2. And we have more skeletons. So now, guy actually manages to kill off a skeleton all by himself. Moth unfortunately not quite. And I kind of hope that Fumi would help out Moth a little bit, but unfortunately not quite either. That's alright. So what do we have here? Oh, I think I have to go back. There's actually two ways to go around here, but before I go on, I'm actually going to, quickly run into enemies that I didn't intend to. Alrighty, Fumi, hit the last guy, please. Good job. Turns out it was not quite enough damage anyways. It didn't matter. But if I want to avoid the damage on the next way, I should just have Geocast Spark and be done with it. Again, it's kind of strange, we are in a cave full of lava and fire and those kinds of things. But enemies are weak to fire still. So of course we can bust through this wall and get to a different place. What is that different place, you may ask? Well, let's see. Turn all the switches to the left, however, they are interconnected in a complex way. Well, where does this warp lead to? Over here, but we can't do anything with it. So they are connected in a complex way. If I hit this switch, the ones next to it switch. If I hit this switch, they toggle again. The thing is, the easy solution is just hit all the switches once and you're fine. And here... Hey little guy, how are you doing? Capsule Monster Armor Dog joins the party. So this is a secondary capsule monster. It is actually fire-based, it's a fire doggy. We have 5 characters, if you'd like to suggest a name, feel free to let me know. And well... I'm actually going to see what you guys come up with. Doggo, Taco, Gordo, Rex. I like Taco. Taco sounds awesome for a doggy. So here's the thing, traditionally I use the fire capsule monster as my main capsule monster. Because that's just kind of what I... That's what I did as a kid. I really like the fire one. Doggy! The fire is the strongest? I actually don't know. Sunburn? I don't think we have that many characters, we only have 5. But it tends to escape a lot, yes. Different capsule monsters have different behaviors, which means they are going to sometimes have different ideas about when to stick around. I believe Fumi is the neutral capsule monster that doesn't have any element initially associated to it. And it almost never escapes, and it almost always attacks, rarely defends. This capsule monster here is prone to escaping relatively frequently, but also his attacks are quite decent. Name him 5? Right. The fire monster is the best when it comes to raw damage. Is it? Interesting. Rad. The very... I see. Woof. Good dog. Blame me? We can always change the name still. So, I actually really like the idea of Taco, to be completely honest with you. Again, we can always rename it, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with Taco here. Taco the fire dog. And we're getting out of here. Is there other solutions for this puzzle here aside from hitting every switch once, by the way? Others are better magic or defense spell support, for example. Yes, indeed. One that I actually ended up liking quite a lot, just casually-ish, is the one that has some healing magic. Yes, just mind the spoiler, I guess. There's other capsule monsters. One at least is going to focus a bit more on healing capabilities, in theory. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter whether I go left or to the right here. I should be able to get through here no matter what, I think. Actually, this is a slightly quicker way to get through here. So I would like to just back attack you just to see what we have. We have armor goblins now, which I believe Spark should flash it pretty well here. Too many tacos. Might still just kind of be... Actually, it's not too many tacos. You just need to wait a little bit until somebody else can use the thing. Tough hide for an item drop. Neat. Yeah, we'll just land here again. Left or right? Let's go right first. Actually, I think I wanted to go left first. Nope, right was correct. There's a switch over there that we need to hit, but we can't obviously hit it from the above, we need to hit it from the right. So we're gonna do that. Aha, now we can go over there. But it's not Taco Tuesday, tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. I really would like to have tacos now. Ruby Cave. There's clearly something hidden behind that vine over there. Actually, you should attack this guy. Somewhere there's already Tuesday. Yeah, actually it is. At 3 AM. Found the Ruby key. So, the weird thing about this game here is that this path here feels like, oh, it's a little secret. But actually it's a required thing for you to get that key in order to go further. Let's see. Throw the blue blocks into the lava. Kind of straightforward, isn't it? But the thing is, around the blue blocks you throw into the lava, there's going to be a total of 9 squares that are going to be relevant to this. So we're going down. The obvious way is to go to the right here, of course, but I would like to go down there first. Attack, and we just use... Gale. Let's see how Gale does against those guys. I guess this is wind rather than ice, isn't it? Not that great. Bonk. Don't hit my doggy. The nice thing about Flash is that it has such a nice and quick animation. Good job, doggy. Boom. Oh, I think I messed up, guys. I messed up. I needed to go all the way right in order to make this. For some reason I thought I had to go straight down. Let me actually heal up real quick. So many enemies, actually. Let's just go. Again, only one of my characters has to be quicker than the enemies in order to initiate the escape. Kinda neat. So now, we use those blocks in order to go over here. And here we have the Aqua Whip. The reason why I didn't buy a new weapon for Tia, and a Fury Helmet. So, what does the Fury Helmet do? It increases attack power, defense, and also guts, which I think guts is for critical strikes chance. So, you cannot equip the Fury Helmet. So, that's for you. So, a Jet Helmet increases agility. It's worse defense-wise, but actually, That's kind of the nice thing about items in this game, or equipment pieces, what I really appreciate about games in general. They just allow you to use items. By the way, here we have red bats. They don't look red to me. I think it's more red in the vein of fire. Not fire. Blood. Either way, works. No way to fire anyways. A lot of items are still quite useful, even though their stats may not represent it. Their IP ability can be really strong, such as, well, the mini shield is really good. Also, alternatively, have just attacks or effects or just maybe even resistances that you may not otherwise know about. And here, use the ruby key. And hey, there's an apple there. Oh, look, the ruby apple. Suddenly.
Ha ha ha. More idiots fooled by ruby. Looks like my dinner has just arrived.
And here we have... Oops. Tarantula. So this is actually another boss that is pretty tough. But it is weak against fire. So what I'm going to be doing here is... I will use... Reduces enemy attack power by 1/8. Sure. I'm also going to use one of the power gourds on the guy, so it increases his attack power. And that increases his other ability even more. 23 attack lowered. That's pretty good actually. Poison shower. Wow. Getting in poisoned. 541. That's pretty good. So we always want to have guy attack, pretty much no matter what. Speedy ring. Let's see whether we can have guy be faster than this thing. And you're just going to heal everybody but guy. I actually don't want to heal guy. He has enough HP to survive a second attack no matter what, whereas the other two may be in a bit more of a pinch. 4 agility, well that's probably not going to do the trick. Taco escapes! Oh no! Moth can move, so paralyzation can wear off naturally. Thankfully it did this time. What are you going to do? Spell repel increases magic resistance, attack power reduced, agility increased. Let's just Thunder Blast it. And Utia, you use Spark. Yeah, Spark. Because it's fire. And despite it being in lava, everything is weak to fire here. Not everything, but so many things. Apparently it is really resilient against lightning though. Oh, that's another thing I should use. Which means I'm going to actually use heal with you, whereas you keep using Spark. I would be spooked. I mean, if you think about it, most enemies are really spooky in this game. If you were to just kind of encounter them, let's say in the wild. Gigantic spiders, monsters, tarantulas. Of course it would be spooky. Poisoning doesn't deal that much damage, so we can just ignore it for now. We keep healing. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I meant to use fire. That's okay. No, don't poison. Or, well, yeah. Where was the... I think it was the pin. Mystery pin, cure paralysis. There we go. Honestly, I'd have to say Lufia 2 has one of the most intriguing battle systems overall in any JRPG I've played. I dare to say I prefer this one over most Final Fantasy battle systems, generally speaking. And the reason for that is kind of simple. It has so many variations, so much strategy, and various items just do more than just being a slight stat increase or a bit of a stat increase for that matter. It's really, really fascinating how much variation and how we can approach those things. Pretty awesome, I dare to say. So, what else can you do? Like, let's just increase agility a bit more. Bravery increases defense. We probably want to have a bit of defense increase here. Maybe want to do that at the beginning of a battle instead, but that's alright. No, you meanie. Also, it is pretty clear cut who is going first in the turn, like there's no variation or randomness to it. I actually like that because then I can properly plan ahead. And I don't have to account for variability or just purely bad luck where I go after the enemy in the second turn whereas I went first before and the enemy just gets more or less 2 turns in a row and destroys me in the meantime. Which is kind of a thing that Dragon Quest does often. And I just prefer this one, it's really pleasant to me. Final Fantasy X actually has a really, really good system too. I like that a lot. Alrighty. We got it! Moth the Ruby! Was it broken in that battle? Wait a minute, Moth. I thought Ruby was a pretty strong gem. It can't be so easily broken. What's going on? I have no idea. Well, I have no idea either, but it's broken. So, just going to heal up real quick. And then also use an antidote, that's why we bought those. Hi, who are you?
Good heavens! I was caught by a monster and trapped here. I was about to be eaten too.
Why did you come to such a dangerous place? You don't appear to be an explorer or anything.
I'm a glass craftsman, you see. I can't make a living just by making glass crafts. I really needed money during my trip and heard there was an enormous treasures in this cave. So I came here, but as you can see I got caught. I guess I'm not cut out for treasure hunting. I'd love to give you something for saving me, but I have only these. Will you accept? That is... I found this lovely red glass during my trip, so I made this out of it just for fun. I made 2 and sold 1 in the city. You seem to know about this. You're kidding, wait a second. This is the glass apple that I made, but why is this here? This is the treasure you were talking about, the ruby apple. What? Wait a minute, this is just glass, it's not ruby. Then when was it you sold that glass apple? At the start of my journey, a long time ago. I don't know how this apple got here, but it became the treasure talk of the town. How's that possible? Jaffe, who did you sell this glass apple to? To a rich guy in Narcissus. He treated me great when I told him I ran the glass shop in Clemento. I've known other rich people, but this guy was really nice. Not like Roshi. In any case, we got the ruby apple. Let's go back and get the money from Roshi. But this isn't a ruby, it's just glass. Look at that apple closely. Can you tell the difference? That's right, we found the ruby apple in this cave. That's the truth. Moth, I never thought he would say such a thing. It's okay. If Roshi thinks it's a real ruby, then there's no problem, right? If he believes it's a real ruby, it means it's worth that much. Yeah, I can't wait to hear what he says when he takes a look at this. Yeah, alright, let's go back to Clemento. I'll go back too, thanks for everything. Can you go back by yourself, alright? Yes, and please take this apple. Yes, the ruby apple. I'll go back to the village, thanks. Alrighty. I don't think I missed anything in this. Okay. That's okay. Gets the quote-unquote ruby apple. Yes.
A not so heroic action, indeed, you could say that. Flap flap dance. Did I ever equip the new weapon on Tia, by the way? Ah, I didn't. I just remembered. Wait a sec, I only equipped the helmet, didn't I? You don't even have a ring. Well, I guess I don't have any others. That's okay. Let's deliver the ruby, quote-unquote, apple. Silent Sigil, thank you for the host, I appreciate that. Hi.
Oh, yes, this is it. The ruby apple, you did it, you found it.
I probably changed up his voice, didn't I? I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. This is to show my appreciation. Please take it.
Oh my, are you sure? This is a lot of money.
Never mind, never mind. I don't hold back when it comes to quality.
That is... Tia. Well, we've got to go now. Is that really your came off? That's a lot of money. It just tells us how good Jaffe's work is, that's all. But don't worry about it, let's go. Hello, Jaffe. Oh, it's you, Moth. Yes, I wanted to give you this. What? Money? That's how much Roshi paid for your glass apple. But I gave you that apple. I can't accept this. That's alright. This money belongs to you. But if it makes you feel better, why not sell me this? The money will cover it, right? Well, thank you so much. Don't mention it. We've got to go now. Moth, you were planning to do this from the start, weren't you? Well, yeah. By the way, here, Tia. Take it. You're giving it to me? Well, I can't wear it. Thank you, Moth. What a lovely thing to do. Whee.
Such a simple thing makes her so happy. She's like a little girl.
Yeah. But I don't know if coming with me will make her happy.
Well, that's something she'll decide, isn't it?
I guess. Hey Tia, we're leaving soon. I'm coming! I really like this little scene. Agrees to you, Beast Freezing, welcome. Moth the Scammer. Well, it's for a good reason in the end. So, just resting here for a while. You just read that wrong, that's okay. Just make sure that you keep the chat clean, but we're not angels either here. But yeah, you get it. Just keep it out of chat, I would appreciate that. Alrighty, saved. And, well, we have done pretty much everything here we could. We have brought back the Apple Ruby, and we are going to be moving on to the next place here. I actually don't know why you wouldn't be able to move on, yet probably because this guy tells you to not go. Please go ahead. I don't know why exactly. Maybe they are repairing the tunnel or something like that. Usual plot wall, so to speak. And here we arrive in one of the more intriguing places, which I'm going to take now about a 15 to 20 minute break in order to eat and drink a little bit of something. And then we continue. So be right back, guys. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, and for lurking, and see you afterwards.